so sorry. It's on now. Oh my god. I was like looking at the YouTube. I'm like, oh, what's going on over there? I forgot to turn it on. Whoopsies. Okay, well, if anyone wants to watch on YouTube, it's open for your viewing pleasure. We'll just pretend that I had actually remembered that it needed to be turned on the whole time, and not at all that I'm an idiot who completely forgot to turn it on. Yeah, let's go with that. Anyways, this generator needs to keep running for another about 17 days non-stop, and then we should be fine. Most of our power right now is actually coming not from that arc generator, but from these 5 wind turbines, and also these other 4 ones here that are being used to supplement our power grid. And we're also trying to expand our housing, obviously, because I think we're low on various bits and pieces, whether it's components or all this other stuff, which is kind of annoying, but we're trying our best here. It's a little rough. Hello there, Skypeon. I forgot to turn on the YouTube stream earlier, so it's just been sitting there. It's on now, but I had forgotten earlier because I was forgetful and silly. Yes, Ray, hello. Did you send me something? Yes, you did. All right, let's take a look. All right, I see Ray is going off of the deep end and is watching 1, 2, 3, watching 3 different streams while listening to Spotify and also playing Project Sekai on her phone. Ray is dedicated. I wish I could show you what she just sent me, but it's so absurd. I don't know how she's doing this. You know what? What's the saying? I think Ray's just built different, right? That's the word that people like to use. It's okay. I'm just streaming right now. That's all it is. Oh, wait. Oh, we can automate our crops now. Now that we have access to the... I don't actually know. Is this the drone cultivator? We can automate farming with this. I don't really know how this device works. I think if you put it in the middle... Wait, does this count as a... Oh, wait, I have an idea. I have an idea. So if we can get enough components, we can replace these hydroponics basins with the advanced hydroponics basins. Now, you might ask, why would we do such a silly thing? Well, the advanced hydroponics basins don't need additional light. They just need to be in a warm room. So with that, I can actually cram even more food bins into the space, and it'll be really nice. And then I can put an automated cultivator in the middle, and I think that'd be fine. It's called audio mixing. I mean, I guess that's true. I guess you just tune out the parts of the streams that don't matter, right? I assume is probably what's happening. Also, I need someone to haul these food in here. I don't know why we're not hauling the food in. Or I need to put the soups onto the cookers. Okay, why are we not cooking? All right, I think the pot's broke. Wait. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Who designed this? Okay, so fun fact, you can't actually have multiple soup categories or else the game will complain. So that's incredibly stupid in so many different ways. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go here and I'm just gonna paste a new recipe, and that should force them to all start making simple. Okay. That should be fine now. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Cubit's playing Stardew, not much is going on. I mean, to be fair, Stardew is just one of those games that are much slower. I don't like Stardew Valley. I've said this before, but I've watched some other people play some. I was watching a friend on Discord play a little bit of it, and I'm like, I don't get the appeal of this. It's not the game for me. But I understand people's enjoyment of it. Like, people enjoy cozy, comfy games. That's the modern gamer now. What is the cozy aesthetic game that people like? Your right hand gives... Yes, if your right hand is destroyed, it means you're actually missing a hand. Oh, you are. Oh, your arm is missing. Okay, well, you know what? You're in luck because we have a bionics workbench, which means we can just make an arm. As long as we have enough advanced components, we can just make a brand new arm. And I think we might actually have enough advanced components for you. So don't worry. You'll be reborn. As soon as I can figure out where I'm going to dump this, I'm going to put it here. I'm pretty sure we have advanced components hanging around somewhere. If not, we'll definitely just make more. Our biggest issue that we had was we didn't have enough steel. But now that we have these two pulse drills just digging out one rock every 3 hours, we're able to just get as much resources as we need now. So we've been getting a lot of uranium, steel, and obviously the chunks are fine too, but we don't particularly care about that. You should be able to just buy it if you want, yeah. I don't think I disabled buying those bits and pieces. Oh yeah, I see you bought the prosthetic arm, so I guess we can just give you the prosthetic arm. Oh, here we go. A group of pirates has occupied the location of an abandoned arc generator. It's under control of the maces. Clear out the enemies, secure it, and then study the arc generator, and also we get some other stuff too. I guess we'll do this one. This one's easy. We'll get some. We'll get a single Glitter World medicine out of it. All right. So, where are we going? Oh my gosh, that is a very okay. How long of a drive is this? That's a very long drive. Okay, hold on. If we took the Zojirushi over there. 24 days of driving. All right. We may need to start investing in slightly faster vehicles. Maybe a plane or two would not be the worst idea. Yeah, this is not ideal, I think, but I don't really have a choice. It's like the fastest thing I have. Would I have anything else? Though, is there another vehicle that would be faster than this? I guess not. Not in this heavy winter weather. So I guess we don't have a choice, right? I guess we could technically use the Prowler, but even still. Actually, let me take a look real quick. So if I go to vehicles expanded, I just want to take a look at the... I just want to see what, like, the what's it called, the rate of the winter speed multiplier. Okay, yeah. So the Nomad would be the best option because that one is basically unaffected by winter speed, versus our vehicle, which takes a 2.1 penalty. So it takes twice as long. Okay. So that's the problem. It's going to take a long time no matter what. Okay. Got it. All right. Well, we could also just wait till winter to end. Although it's permanent winter, so I guess it doesn't really matter. All right. Let's just throw people on here. A bionic arm, indeed. All right. Let's get you a bionic arm. Also, I think it's more enjoyable being played rather. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good way to think about Stardew Valley. It's just not for me. All right. So you got a bionic arm. Let's give you an operation to install bionic arm on your right arm. Where'd it go? I think someone's dropping it off. That word needs to go, and then I can have Ilana put that surgery on you. Right arm. Perfect. Okay, so now you're gonna have your bionic arm installed, and you'll be good to go. Also, you're about to make another bionic arm, which is unnecessary. Also, here's our hospital that we have now. It's not ideal. You might notice there's not really any lights in there. Kind of forgot to do that, so we put down some lights here. We will make this a nice hospital. It just hasn't had a chance to be the nicest hospital that it could be. We just need some more time. You might also notice we actually have a decent amount of medicine now, so that's good. We have a decent amount of food, but we do need to send some people off to go off on a bit of a magical adventure. So, who's going to go raid these pirates? We'll take 3 people. And I can't take all the best fighters because I need to keep some people here to protect us. So I think what we'll do is we'll take... I guess we'll send in... Oh, so many melee fighters, and I don't need melee fighters. I don't even know who to take. I think we take your name. And... I really not have that many gunners. That's so tragic. Hello there, sweetheart. How are you? You can join the colony, but the only pawn you would be this little child named Reed. He's doing his best, and he also has a bald spot for some reason. I don't understand why. Also, he's very cold. His gear's not actually like designed. Oh, I'm just gonna, just so he doesn't explode on us, I'm just gonna quickly change this real quick, just so he doesn't explode. I'll make him have buckleable, and we'll change his parka, and we'll just make them at least like high enough quality so he doesn't die. Because his temperature range is actually not that high. Look at this, that should be fine. I think he'll survive now. Yeah, but you're free to join the queue. It's not a buy-in colony this time around because there's like too many people we need to maintain regardless. Look at all that delicious soup that's being cooked 24/7. We will have lots of food. Okay, the other thing I was doing was I was trying to kick people out of here, right? Because there's too many people. And I need them to go into their actual bedrooms, which is here. And we're also trying to build the bathrooms for them too, which is also kind of annoying. And I also need to do a lot of other stuff too, so... But I need... The problem is this quest expires in 12 days. I don't think I can get there in 12 days. It's like impossible, right? However, in the interest of actually proceeding the plot line, what I'm going to do is, how about when it's got 5 days left, we'll just teleport over there and teleport back. That way we can actually do the quest and not just, you know, sit around twiddling our thumbs waiting for something to happen. This is not the soup slop, okay? It's actual high-quality soup. How dare you insult the soup and you call it slop? Why would you do such a thing? It's very normal, very good for you soup, okay? It is not slop. I can't believe this. Alright, so we're gonna put like two more auto fabs so I can have more components. I guess I could technically just take all these materials and just feed them into like a sorting chamber, but I'm too lazy to sort it, so whatever it is whatever it is. I don't really care enough. But let's see. So, son, your surgery is a success. You now have a bionic arm, which means you'll be good to go. Let's also figure out how to do the rest of this. Okay, so we need to make this a very nice and cozy hospital area that I haven't had a chance to finish up yet. So, how are we going to do this? What do hospitals need? They usually need IV drips, right? So, I don't actually have enough to make that many IV drips. Why don't we do it? Why don't we do it like this? I might actually move this bed. And then... Let's see, what else do hospitals need? Oh, I don't think we have the other stuff researched yet. That's really funny. Yeah, we don't. Bridge of soup slop. I can't believe my soup is being called slop. Okay, to be fair, the only thing that they've been eating is kanji. Because we are out of meat. So yes, it's literally, they've only been eating kanji, so you're not entirely wrong when you're calling it soup slop. It's probably correct to call it that, which is kind of tragic, but it's true. Check the cargo. What's in here? Oh, it's just bullets. That's fine. Yeah, so I guess it technically is soup slop if you really want to call it that. It's a slow burn. The main issue right now is that we don't actually have a lot of defenses, among other things, and rebuilding a lot of this is kind of a massive pain in the butt. So, trying to rebuild our defenses and also maybe set up better corridors to protect ourselves. We do need to eventually get rid of this. I have been putting off dealing with these mechanoids for far too long. There is a Scorcher, a Lancer, or it's a Minotaur, I'm sorry, and a Scyther in there. Now, it's not actually that hard to kill that. We could probably do it in about like 10 seconds, but it's just been, I don't want to do it, you know? I just don't feel like it. I don't want to deal with them. Also, we're gonna get rid of this turbine and this one too. Maybe we don't get rid of that one yet. Let's make sure the power grid connects to everything. It does not. See, this is what I was gonna be afraid of. I want to make sure that the power grid is self-sufficient and has multiple fallback points. Just like that. Okay. Especially now that we can keep building, and I want to keep adding more housing units. The other thing too is making slate blocks is apparently a massive pain that no one wants to do. So a lot of things. I don't want to bum rush them. I'm just gonna pull the tank out over there and just, you know, if they approach us, we can just make them explode and then they stop existing. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? What was I talking about earlier? Oh, right, the camera stuff. Anyways, if I start posting more photos in the travel channel, that's because that's gonna be where I just dump random photos that I find very interesting that I've taken and it'll be really cool, and I'm gonna do my absolute best to not accidentally dox myself, which may or may not be an actual worry that I have to consider. I don't think I'm dumb enough that I'd actually dox myself, but just in case, I'm going to make sure that I don't. I'm like, I really don't want to accidentally have that happen. So, oh right, because people missed it. In case you haven't seen this really cool photo of a duck, I just want to say, take a look at this really cool duck. Look at this really cool duck. It's so... Oh, sorry, it's not a duck, it's a goose. It was ominously approaching me as I was taking photos of it. Okay, that's it. You know, maybe my mascot should be a goose. That's what it should be. Because it's very Canada coded. Yeah, I did accidentally... Yeah, it's okay, Ray. Hopefully everyone just forgets, right? That's all that matters. Start adding pews here. Actually, no. I don't want to do it there. Let's do... Uh-oh. Let's put the pews... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a very expensive set of pews, but it should be okay. We have to kind of pretend that it's... Okay. 1, 2... Is that right? I don't know. That's fine. We'll figure it out. Yeah, maybe... Oh, I'll think about it, because I know the channel one should be for strictly stuff that I'm dumping, but otherwise I think you can just generally post photos that you take and post it in memes and media, and that's generally the catch-all for all other stuff. So that's probably the best place to put it, because I do want to keep the, you know, Oaks Travel channel to, well, strictly stuff that I'm taking for wacky shenanigans and stuff. Violence in those eyes. That goose was kind of a cool photo, honestly. I enjoyed taking that shot. Oh, I gotta add the oh, this is all heating pipes. All right, let's also do this before I forget. Let's make sure that we're making components. So do until we have how many? 20? Or do until we have 20 components. That's probably fine. I'm probably gonna change this at a later point to be a bigger number, but it's all we can really afford right now. Okay, what else do we need to do? Okay, let's see. Comrade Katya, we upgraded your gun. What's in your gun? There's nothing. Okay, we could probably add something. I don't really feel like it. I think Katya's gun is probably okay. Probably no need for upgrades. What I'm gonna do is I will add... Oh, we did add the heating. It's just not fully hooked up yet. Oh my gosh, I was smart, but I didn't apparently add it. All right, let's add toilets. People demand high quality devices in which to do their business. Also, I need to hook up all of this to the grid because I keep forgetting to do that. So let's do that too. That way all the toilets will be fully connected to the central septic tanks, and then I don't need the septic tanks to necessarily, you know, rip through the materials fast, because I'm just gonna rip it out and turn it into, you know, fun stuff. All right, let's start building bathrooms. So basically the way these are designed is that some of these houses have 2 bedrooms, and some of them only have 1. These are very space inefficient, and I do not recommend playing the way I do, because I am a weirdo who likes to make very inefficient designs, but I have a lot of fun making said inefficient designs. So these can come with a toilet, and ooh, I guess we can give them a bath, right? A bathtub sounds kind of nice. In this day and age, yeah, sure, why not? We'll give them bathtubs. Now, the main problem is that we actually don't have the water capacity for these bathtubs. The hot water tank actually doesn't hold that much water. I'm sorry, the steel water butt actually doesn't hold that much water. So, in order to fill our water needs, I'm gonna have to put down some of these water towers. And I could put them outside, but I think it's just better just dump them in this building, and we're just gonna say everything in here is just part of the great water network thing that I have horrendously designed, and yet it is somehow still functioning. In fact, you only probably need 1. You probably don't need that many to get a functioning bathroom. Anyways, schedule. You might have seen the schedule that I already posted on Discord. There's a new Hoi 4 DLC coming out this week. I want to stream it, but at the same time, Hoi 4 is kind of not in a good spot right now, and I'm kind of... Oh shoot, we're out of food. And so I'm kind of like really iffy of like, do I really want to stream this? You know, so I think I'll probably try to stream it. It depends. I think it's entirely dependent on what the DLC reviews are like when it comes out. So it technically comes out on Wednesday, which is our XCOM day. And then I'll decide the next day, like, okay, is this something I want to stream? If not, I'll just play Star Sector or put it up to a vote or something along those lines. But I really don't want to touch it unless I know that this is not going to be a complete and total waste of my time. It's really interesting because Paradox makes some really good DLC for some games, and then they just like completely drop the ball. And I think Hoi 4 is kind of reaching that point in its life cycle where it probably should just make Hoi 5 at this point. Quite frankly, like, I don't see the purpose of keeping Hoi 4 around. You can tell it's definitely aging a lot when you compare it to a lot of the other Paradox titles, such as, you know, EU5 or Crusader Kings 3 or any of those other fantastic games that people are really into. Again, that's just my personal opinion. And I used to stream a lot of Hoi 4, and obviously I don't stream Hoi 4 like nearly as much, if ever, anymore. So that's kind of where I'm like, we'll see. Anyways, let's go deal with this thing. I'm so sick and tired of just looking at this. So why don't we do this? We're gonna put Kefir in the in the gunner seat, and we'll put Umi in the driver's seat, and then we'll put that should be fine. I'll turn the car on, bring it over here, and then let's get a few other people ready to do this. So we'll put Comrade Katya ready to blast through that door, Steve on here, Sun over here, and then we'll get Ray over here as well. This should be more than enough to handle this. If it's not, I will actually be very surprised. So just Comrade Katya gets... Oh, Comrade Katya moves super slow. Why? Wrong ideology. First and foremost, let's fix that. Second, why do you move slow? Oh, she's got a... Okay, that's right. There's like 3 people who are frail and have bad backs. Okay. We may need to invest in bionic spines. Like multiple bionic spines. I think we're gonna need like 4 or 5 of them just to deal with all the people who are slowly dying of bad backs. Alright, car's ready to go blasting. We'll have Ray stand over here. We'll have Ray destroy this. Alright, then we're just gonna stand... Oh, okay, yep, that's kind of what I was afraid of. Yep, she got shot immediately. Alright, and then the turrets are in here. Okay, pretty good. Now I'm just gonna have Ray go back. She's kind of dying. In fact, we'll have Lana just kind of run over here and tend to Ray where she stands, and then we'll just try to bait out that Militor, I guess. Okay, get out of there. You need to stop getting shot. That's fine. They have shotguns for some reason. Very annoying. And Ray's already dying. All right, so hopefully we can get Ray alive. Thankfully, we have some very speedy people. Maybe we don't go in there and not die. Actually, can I just move the car in a way? Okay, can we shoot that at range? Nice. Okay, there's like 1 left in there. Now I can't exactly just break through the wall. Unfortunately, that's not how the game works. Okay, so why don't you rescue Ray, and I'll have Hawksby come over here, and we're just gonna dismantle this and this. You dismantle that. Dismantle that. Then you're gonna walk over here. Okay, go in there. Alright, so I don't know what's going on, but we can't seem to shoot the thing. Is there something in the way? Oh, I think this wall's technically in the way. Is that in the way? What's in the way? I don't know what's happening. We're not hitting it. Just wasting bullets. I have no idea what just happened. Why was all of our shots missing? You know what? I'm not going to question it. Just get everyone out of here. Alright, you undraft. Turn off the vehicle. Get everyone out of there. Okay, so there's still obviously a crypto sleep casket and a hermetic crate. We'll deal with that. Okay. So hopefully, oh shoot, who's dying? Okay, why don't you tend to Steve? Okay, Steve's gonna be fine, and he'll just lie down and he'll be good to go. All right, seems good. So anyways, yeah, if you have a Again, I do look at suggestions. I do see people posting some other stuff in there that I might consider at some point. I know Hooded Horse released or announced that, oh, we picked up another studio and another game, and we're publishing. So I'm like, oh boy, it means probably in the near future I might have to consider giving it a stream. It's like some kind of pirate cove city builder, because at this point anything's a city builder if you're willing to give it a shot. Hello Kahila, good evening. Every game is a city builder if you want it to be. So make sure these are correctly armor piercing rounds. That should be fine. I actually like city builders a lot. I have been playing a ton of Tropico 6 again as of late for some reason. Anyways, how are you doing, Zoingo? Which, if you've never played Tropico 3, let's just say that it is definitely a game that, or Tropico 6, it's definitely a game that exists that is designed to make fun of, well, certain regimes. I'm doing pretty good. Welcome to our little city, which is slowly being built together bit by bit. Also, Comrade Kachi moves at like super slow, and we need to probably fix that at some point. I don't know if we can ever fix the frailty, but we can definitely fix the bad back. Give it enough time and enough bionic spines, I think we can tend to everyone's injuries, or we can let them die naturally. I guess that's the real question. You got mad because you got your nails done and got smudged because of using raincoat? What's wrong with using... Oh, okay, I see. Well, hopefully it's not too smudged. I really don't know much about doing nails other than whenever Ray tells me about how she's doing her nails, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on, but yep. Enough, poking at class, getting concepts better, Professor Sal explaining labeling things. Oh, wait, hold on. You know what just reminded me? Hold on, I got something to explain too. All right. First of all, congrats on finding time to relax on your classwork. But you just reminded me about incompetent instructors. So, I know we're all sick and tired of talking about AI, but I had to I sat down for a Microsoft Copilot, I guess you want to call it like a training seminar type thing. It was a 8-hour waste of my time. All right, so imagine this. You get up at 8 in the morning to start at 8 in the morning. You log on to the Zoom call and you follow the instructions to log on to the VM. And for whatever reason, the first 2.5 hours were spent with the instructor performing technical support on people because some people didn't know how to get into the VM, or if they could get into the VM, they were not able to activate Microsoft Office in the VM. VM meaning virtual machine, for those who are not aware what that I'm talking about. When I wake up at 8 a.m. for Die Sloppenmaschen, because it was paid for by not me. I need to emphasize this class was $500. I'm not paying for it. Okay, so so it's 8 hours total. First 2.5 hours already gone. We get started. It works. We're going fine for the first like 30 minutes, and people start having issues with Copilot in Office in the VM. For whatever reason, Copilot is just refusing to work correctly, and then the instructor spends like another half hour to an hour trying to figure out like what the heck is happening. You want to know what the actual solution was in the end to get Copilot working? You had to open up Microsoft Edge, open up Microsoft Office through your web browser, and then upload your, exercise files to that was saved onto the VM so that you could actually participate, and their Copilot actually worked as intended. I don't know why this process was so convoluted, but it just made me hate Microsoft Copilot, like with this burning passion. Like I was like, this software is hot garbage and should not be allowed to exist. Oh my goodness. And then all the other stuff that we were going over was just like, I could do this in like 5 seconds by clicking like 10 different buttons instead of typing out. Okay, so here's an example. One of the exercises was like, like we all need to now make a prompt that was like, what was it? Highlight all the cells in this worksheet that have a value greater than 100,000 in green. And I'm like, I could just go to the conditional formatting section and do this in like 5 seconds. Like, why am I having to type this out in words to this program to do it. And there was a lot of other ones too, where it's like trying to do like chaining conditional formatting, where it's like, you know, highlight all cells that are this or this or this, and in these specific colors depending on the situation. I'm just like, you could still use conditional formatting for this. Like, this is all just conditional formatting nonsense. And there's a lot of other ones too, where it's like, create a additional, the only, like, there were a few that seemed actually vaguely useful, but then I looked at the formulas that they were using, and I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be annoying. For example, one of them was like make a new column that displays the, like, so for example, we had like a sheet that's like, here's all these all this employer data, right? Like, here's all of your employees and their hire date, and then it's like, okay, now create a new column that lists out their months of service, right? And I looked at the formula, it made sense, it was fine, but I was like, okay, that was like vaguely useful, but I'm like, you ask an average person to look at that formula, they're not gonna know what the heck it was doing. You walked out of your own classes because they were trying to teach us to use ChatGPT. Unfortunately, we're not gonna get away from ChatGPT. It's everywhere now. It's too late. Anyways, the only thing that actually was kind of interesting was at the end we were starting to do this like virtual basic and creating macros with Copilot. I'm like, wow, I'm actually impressed it can do that. Like, color me surprised, because most people don't know how to do any of that. I barely know, like, I know how to use VBA. I don't ever use it realistically in most of my day-to-day work. I'm not crunching that heavy amounts of data for the most part. And if I do, I'm just gonna find some other way to do it. And like, I'll use like a VLOOKUP or I guess it's XLOOKUP now, and or pivot tables and whatnot. But it was still just like, because of how much time we spent doing technical support for people, we got to that step, and then like that section, and like, oh, we're running out of time, so because we're running out of time here, we're just gonna give you all the everyone can just have the information, like the class sheets, and good luck everyone, do it on your own time. And I'm like, what was the point of this? We spent how much money for this? It was so awful. I'm like, this thing was like $500, but on the other hand, it's technically a continuing education credit, which means I now have a certificate that has my name on it that says completed Microsoft Copilot for Excel training, and I'm like, oh god, like, I'm never gonna use Copilot. Like, if anything, this just reinforced my belief that Copilot's a piece of garbage. There are some scenarios technically where it can be useful, but I also am not comfortable uploading very sensitive information to this program. So that's kind of my little side adventure that I had on Friday, because I'm sure I mentioned I was talking about it at some point on Thursday stream. So if you're wondering what that was about, that's literally what it was. It definitely was an experience that definitely exists for some reason, and maybe it shouldn't. So, like, I'm not gonna say like I'm a god at Excel. I'm competent enough at Excel that it is something that I know fairly well. But boy, this is it's just like, man, if I'm taking a course like this, like, I feel like prior competency in Excel should be a requirement, if that makes sense. I feel like that should be generally a requirement for a program as advanced, like, quote-unquote advanced as this. Anyways, that's just me complaining about things. I'm sorry if that rambling didn't matter, but I just needed to, you know, kind of just get that off my chest, because I was just super annoyed. Also, let's crack this crate open. I don't know what's in here. Let's get this military. Let's also start stripping this entire area. I do need to figure out what's in that crypto sleep casket. I don't know what could be in there. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. You've been having a good time otherwise. That's good to hear that you've been having a grand time. Hey, Steins Gate is an interesting series. There's a lot that goes on in that. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so now that we have all this medicine, I'm going to make sure that we're not allowed to use that glitter meds. How much time until this ends? 8 days, okay. I'll just hold off that for a little bit longer. Let me drink my water. It's okay. You know what's surprising to me when I think about it too sometimes? Steins Gate, I think, came out when I was in high school. Which means Steins Gate at this point is like 15 years old, which is the scariest thing to think about. Like every time like people talk about like, oh, these great shows, that's like, wait, when did this come out again? Like I saw some tweet the other day where it's like, oh yeah, Haruhi came out, it's like today is like this year is 20 years old, and I'm like, what do you mean the Haruhi show, the anime, is 20 years old at this point? There's no way. And then I checked and it's like, oh, it came out in 2007. I'm like, oh god, I don't know modern anime anymore. It's all just like light novel adaptations, and I'm not gonna say the words isekai slop because that's not fair, but there's a lot of isekai content that's just what everyone, you know, watches and creates nowadays because it's what's popular. I'm not gonna blame, you know, these creators for making stuff that's they know is gonna be a home run hit and make a lot of money. Azumanga, is it actually 30? Oh my god. See, when I was a youngin', what I was watching was that there. Let's see, what was I watching when I was a little kid? Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Sailor Moon, Inuyasha, Dragon Ball. Yeah, that was about it, really. But most of my anime memories are primarily formative around high school, middle school. I haven't seen the speed running one. Getting used to new hours, getting an extra hours to sleep, but it's time for going to go out and work, or you're having to make new molds post cleaning. Hey, it means you're being moved up in the company. Now, the question is, are they compensating you appropriately for the amount of work that you're doing? That's the important question that we need to ask. I hope they're compensating you appropriately, especially if you're doing new higher end work. Also, what do we want to build here? Also, I just realized, I do think it's kind of funny how a lot of these buildings are just like... Oh, wait, how far am I, how far am I allowed to zoom in? I actually zoom in pretty far. Are these JPEGs or PNGs? That's the real question. I really want to know. Because, like, even on this machining table, you can see a lot of that, I don't want to say it's like artifacting, but I guess I'm also using a mod that lets me zoom in way more than I think Rimworld is supposed to let you zoom in. Plus, for the most part, people are going to be playing fairly high up anyways. Anyway, becoming more means there are less mandatory watches. That's also true. I mean, the mandatory watches of today aren't the same as they were back in the day. Like, nowadays, if you ask someone, like, what's the mandatory watches? They'd be like, you should watch Freerun and, I don't know, Sword Art Online and... Maybe not Sword Art Online. Well, I don't even know. Yeah, what is the must watches of the 2010s? And then what's the must watches of 2020s? Let's see. I'm curious now. Let's see what Google says. Must watch anime of 2020s. Why is Rent a Girlfriend? No. I refuse to even consider that series. Freerun, Bochi, Apothecary Diaries. Okay. Yeah, I guess everyone's just kind of like, oh, you gotta watch Bochi and Apothecary and all that other stuff. Chainsaw Man. Personal bias. I think a lot of people love Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is generally like one of the must-watches that people generally recommend. 21 hour not doing gentorial face forming part apparently journalist maintains all that. Oh, well, it sounds like they really need you then. You could probably justify a raise when the discussions come up. We are talking about anime. Yeah, Rent a Girlfriend, I don't know how that series continues to exist, because that series is like one of the, like, I swear it's just fueled by the fact that people want to just see where the train wreck goes. If you don't know what series I'm talking about, Rent a Girlfriend, also known as Okairi Kanjo, which is, I think that's what it's called in Japanese. It's basically a guy who falls in love with, like, a girl that he, I guess, like, those people that you can rent for dates, I guess, yeah, in Japan. And he falls in love with, like, one of those girls. And then, I think the author fell in love with his own creation, because he's often cucking the main character, who's in love with the main girl, and for whatever reason he made the main character change how he looks to look like him in real life, and it's so funny. Yeah, compensated editing. I don't know. I could come up with the word. It's so stupid. And every now and again, every time there's a new chapter, everyone's like, "Why is this getting more, content where all these other great series just won't?" Hello, Lana. I'm complaining about manga because why not? This is where we're at now in life. Oh, we made the spines. Okay, let's get All right, come to Katja. Congratulations. It's time for you to get your state-mandated spine. Install prosthetic spine. Yeah, all right. I think Ray also needs a spine, so I guess we'll get her a spine too. Yeah, let's get her a spine. Install bionic spine. All right, let's get these two in. Ray's been playing a lot of Tomodachi Life. Yes, she's been showing me. Travis Theater's not a girlfriend. Like, okay. At least in the end, Rent a Girlfriend will eventually come to a close. Hopefully, one day, it will have a proper ending. And will not be something like Oshinoko, which I was fairly invested in Oshinoko, because I was reading it like back when it was like single-digit chapters. So I followed that thing basically from inception to the modern day, or till the ending. And all I can say is, wow, that definitely was an ending that existed and probably should not be allowed to ever happen ever again. I was that very much annoyed of how that panned out. Let's put in, where's the body parts? Items, body parts. Here we go. We'll put non-natural body parts here. That way I can make sure that they're here and not in this weird area. So let's just get all these prostheses and bionic spines and that bionic arm. There's a lot of bionic bits and baubles. We probably should start figuring out who needs them. But yeah, like, actually, the other thing too, I saw Hidano Ario's getting new anime project, and I was like, oh my god, finally. My peak garbage is getting new content. I love... There's certain series that I'll just like watch, and for whatever reason, I'll just get absolutely enamored with the series, and it'll be like, I need more of this content forever, even if it's stupid. And Hidano Aria is very much in that category. If you don't know what I'm talking about, think of it as like cute anime John Wick shenanigans, but it's even worse and stupider than you could possibly imagine. And if I ever do another one of those art streams where I'm like drawing a very bad summary of a series, I would absolutely describe to you what Hidano Aria was, because there is no way I could possibly describe the insanity of that series. But you know what? Hold on. I mentioned this before. Let me show you this real quick. Aria versus Rika. What if I just show you this? I think I've shown you this scene a bunch of times before, but I feel like I just want to share it again because of how absolutely nonsense this is. This is an actual scene from like the 4th episode of the anime where they start fighting each other with their twin tails. All right, so 2 twin-tailed characters, and they have guns. By the way, these bullets can't actually kill them. They're just like, their uniforms are armor plated for some reason, like Kevlar, and it's just completely nonsensical. And it's so stupid, but I love this series. Also, at some point, the blonde one uses her twin tails as like actual like hand-ish tentacles and pulls out swords or something. It's so stupid. Anyways, I highly recommend watching this if you're ever looking for something dumb to watch. Although, it is kind of evocative of, I guess, anime from, what's it called? Of that era, where there's like a lot of like ecchi harem type stuff. That was like the stuff that was super popular back in that time period. Oh my gosh. We did not, Hawksby tried to install a spine at the Comrade Gotcha and failed completely. Why was he doing the surgery? Maybe he shouldn't be the one doing that surgery. Alright, why don't we do this? Let's carry Comrade Katya and put Katya where she belongs, which is here. Right, now I do have a spare spine. Let's quickly have Alana try to install the spine. I trust her to do it more. I did not see Akiba Maid War when it was current. It was not really a thing that terribly interested me at the time. For me, yeah, a lot of stuff I watch is just like specifically, it's gotta be hype. I guess hype aura moments is probably a good way to describe it. I'm not gonna deny that. That is the type of content I do enjoy watching. How much time until this quest expires? I almost got a few more days left. We'll go just complete it because I'm not gonna saunter through the frozen tundra. It would take too long. This thing got fuel left. Yes, and we could. Just overdrive mode. We don't want to do. Okay. Build a 13 by 30 building. If we do, we'll get 12 honor. Also, we must defend it for 33 days while 53 manhunting lynxes will assault us. KSBD. What is KSBD? Oh boy, that's... I don't know why you type that out on like different lines. Let me double check that real quick. What is kill 6 billion demons? Let's see. It's a webcomic. It's a new weird / fantasy webcomic published by Image Comics. That's not an anime. Okay, bye Kahila. Thanks for swinging by. That's a Sonic Droner. We have to smack this. Alright, I guess we don't have a choice. Now, thankfully, they left only a single entrance open. Did I make EMP grenades? I don't think I made EMP grenades yet. I don't think this thing's on yet, right? No, it's not. Okay, we got time. So, before it turns on, we should probably make EMP grenades. And a decent amount, too. Like, I don't mean make a small amount. I mean, I need to make sure I have, like, 30 in stock at any given time. Yeah, the mechanoids are going to be a little nasty. Hello there, Infidave, how are you? So the problem is, obviously, I think most of these aren't. We could probably just blow it up with the tank, probably. Dorohedoro. I heard about Dorohedoro. I also heard about Chainsaw Man and its ending. I don't watch Chainsaw Man, but I saw so many people complaining about the ending and about how it was like one of the worst things that they've ever seen in an anime series or like in a manga. And I'm like, maybe he's just baiting you all for part 3. Who knows? It could be anything. I don't know. I know nothing about Chainsaw Man other than people were like really down bad for what was her name when like the shorts, Reze or something. Like I saw a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, she's so peak, and I'm just like, okay, I guess, sure. You know, I just realized I probably could sneak in through the back and just start blowing them up, but honestly, the Lancers we can probably get rid of as long as we set up like a proper firing area. The Scythers don't really matter. It's the auto charge turret that is a problem. Anyways, how are you doing, Fidave? Hopefully you're having a good evening. I played a lot of Vic 3 recently. I made Super America, except everyone hates me and they keep attacking me and it's very tragic. You're still... Yeah, you're I think at 7 years old you can add a trait. Hi Ranu, how are you? Someone came in asking, they were wondering when you're gonna stream again. Like an hour ago. Because they're like, it's been 7 months since Ranu streamed. I'm like, ask Ranu then. Their name was like Jim. No, you should just go play quality games. Play Victoria or Crusader Kings, which I'm gonna finally be allowed to play the Pope. Oh my god, you have the Cryana badge. So many people are mad about that badge. It's silly. I thought about trying. Okay, I haven't played Pragmata. I have a lot of friends that say Pragmata is a really good game, and it's very much into the whole vibe of what's it called, like single dad trying to take care of their daughter type thing, which is very much a genre of today, which I think is hilarious. Let's do this so far. I think it'd definitely be fun to play at some point, but it's kind of not a game that I think I'd be willing to put time and effort into, because I already have a bajillion other games. Like I still need to finish the Final Fantasy 14 MSQ, and I know if I say that someone's gonna yell at me like, why haven't you finished it yet? Because I'm working on it. I promise. Me slow when it comes to finishing games. Like that's just the gist of it. You use unconventional methods. I figured as such. Okay. Let's go deal with... I guess we should probably... Once the grenades are made... Oh, we made the grenades already. Okay, so what we're going to do is for all of our CQC kits, I'm going to add in grenade. EMPs, carry 3. And then rifle kits, also EMP, carry 3. That way everyone gets a grenade. We all have grenades here. Works to create arcane, sap your energy. I don't know what create arcane is. Oh, the create mod pack, that's right. Started a puzzle game vision last night, despite your favorite sound, you're not one to be casting stones. Which VN were you playing? That's the real question. We still got time, right? This is... Oh, wait, we gotta do the other quest, right? Alright, let's do the frightening building quest. So, who are we sending off? I'm just gonna teleport them over there with the tank, just so we can get it out of the way. Let's send in... Alright, we're gonna send in Sun. Oh, wait, we should do the grenades. You'll send in Sun, and we'll send in... I guess... We'll send in your name as the secondary. That should be fine, I think. That should be okay. We're just gonna let them keep doing that, and then eventually we'll come back and then we'll deal with the psychic drone in a second, because obviously this is gonna take forever to traverse. So we're gonna just go to world map. We'll go here. We'll go form caravan. Take this vehicle. They're already there. Confirm. Bring along no glitter world medicine, because we're not gonna use that. We'll take about 10 herbal meds, and how about take about 10 soups. And that's about it. Whatever they have on their backs, and that should be fine. So we're gonna send off. We're gonna have them go here. It'll take 15 days. I'm just gonna teleport there. Ooh, okay. You talk with androids, you repair them, learning more about... Okay, that's kind of neat. Oh my gosh, their base is non-existent. Wait. Oh, that's so funny. The game doesn't know how to generate clothing that'll keep them warm, so it's just putting them in vac suits. In fact, a lot of them don't have the correct clothes. In fact, half of these are gonna just freeze to death. That's so funny. Let's just walk over there. They're guarding this with their lives for some reason. I don't know why. Just reload this real quick with high explosive rounds. Let's make sure we're on burst fire. I don't want to waste all the bullets. I guess we'll just shoot as soon as we approach, right? Okay, it's just a match 3 puzzles. Got it. Every time I think of match 3 puzzles, I think of Bejeweled. And I'm always wondering, like, man, what if Bejeweled had a story mode? Now I think about it, it probably might actually already have one. Anyone else used to play those, like, I don't know what you want to call them, like PopCap games? That's, I think, what the company was that used to make those types of games. Very, very long time ago. Look at that guy, he's dead too. All right, another one down. I miss PopCap. Gaming wasn't the same ever since they passed away. Same thing with Zynga. I used to play some of that Zynga nonsense, I'm not gonna lie. I had a friend who was really, really into Farmville. And I was just like, I guess she called it was like her comfort game. And I was like, you do whatever you want, fam. I'm gonna play gangster stories. God. What an odd time. Back when... Nowadays, can you imagine if they try to do that stuff? I bet you if someone was willing to make Farmville and like with the actual Farmville IP on mobile devices, they could probably make up $1 billion. Was there a cafe one? I don't remember the cafe one. Oh dang, he died. I could have taken his recon armor, but he's dead. Oh wait, hold on. This guy might have Oh, hold on. Let's get out of there. Let's quickly unload these guys. I need you to quickly strip this man before he dies. And you, we're gonna study this. Fantastic. Let's quickly do that real quick. Is there actually a Farmville 2? I did not know that. That's so weird. Fantastic. Ooh. Look at that. We have a fresh set of heavy armor. Now, I think the problem is that heavy armor is probably not really good at keeping us warm. Keep that in mind. Let's dismantle the arc junk. Get rid of this thing. And I guess these ancient concrete barriers can also be demolished as well. I think most of the other corpses don't really have anything I want. I mean, I guess he's got... Oh, wait. This guy should also be stripped apart. Let's have Sun quickly run over there and strip Crand apart. Want to make sure we grab as much of the nice gear as possible. I might also grab this guy's sniper rifle, so maybe we'll strip him too. Alright, that one's stripped, and let's get the other guy. They're gonna freeze to death anyways, and I don't feel like keeping any of them alive, particularly. Yeah, I don't think it's really worth... Oh! None of that we can just make ourselves. Okay, so that's been studied, so now we can deconstruct this. Alright. Okay, deconstruct. I think we got everything. Does this make anything? Okay, so I think we'll just head on out then. So why don't we go pack up? Let's send in Sun and your name, and then that's fine. And we'll grab... We'll leave them behind. Take the components. Can't take the steel. Take the don't take the drugs. Take the Red Bulls. You know, we should just... can I just make a reskin of Go Juice and just call it Red Bull? I know it's not Red Bull technically, but every time I read it, I'm like, this might as just well be Red Bull. Take the plasteel knives; those are nice. I think I'll take a free assault rifle. Definitely take the LMG. Take the sniper. I guess don't really care for the Hellcat. Take the grenades; is fine. Take the untainted armors. Now we're too heavy because these weigh 50 kilograms a pop. Okay, so I can't take all this. What can I not take? Don't take any steel. Okay, so I think no matter what... let's leave behind all the LMGs, and I think that's fine. Alright, cool. Let's skedaddle on out of here. Cool. Alright, now let's get them back parked over here. So we can unload all of our fun toys that we found. Oh, is it a really strong buzzing? Let me lower this a little bit. Maybe I have the gain too high. Let's see. Maybe this is fine. I'm still trying to mess around with the microphone. I feel like Ray bought me this really nice microphone, and I've been trying to get it to sound super nice, and I think I need to go find like someone I can consult with to like figure out how do I make the sound as good. Or maybe my voice isn't that good anymore. I used to sound wonderful, and now I sound terrible. Maybe it's just my voice. Maybe I need to have a more specific way of speaking into the microphone to get that beautiful, luscious, warm tone that everyone's always raving about with this microphone. Or I can just talk normally. Yeah, maybe talking normally is the solution. I don't know. Okay, so I made a water tower. Fun fact, I think I forgot to hook it up to the power. I forgot to hook it up into the water grid. That might be a bit of a problem, wouldn't it? So what did I actually get for that quest? Oh wait, I forgot. I can check when the next quest line is going to trigger. I forgot. Hold on, quest chains. I forgot there's an option. Okay, so the next one will fire... Okay, so you'll get a nuclear, a geothermal, and a standard arc site. Interesting. I think I want to get that geothermal one. Wouldn't that seem kind of nice? But we had to survive 48 days before we can do that one. I guess the question is this run fun, or would you rather see a different, more... I don't know what other kind of run. I really wish... I don't want to do another graph ship run for quite some time, because I think I might have burnt myself out doing the graph ship runs. As much as I enjoyed it, it definitely felt like, man, I need to get away from doing graph ships for some time. Gotta do some other unique concepts. I did like the land ship, but man, that mod is so buggy. If only it wasn't as buggy. Or maybe my entire mod list needs to rework. I kind of also want to do that progression mod list at some point, but I don't know. Progression mod packs are fun in theory, but it is very slow content. Although, I guess if you were willing to, you know, just ride the wave and enjoy letting your pawns generate multiple generations over time, it could be fun. We gotta deal with this. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this. Everyone's got grenades now. We could probably just rip through it. It's not that difficult. This thing's basically 10 to 2. And dude, oh shoot, I forgot they're still in here. Let's turn this off, unload them. Whoopsies, I forgot they were in there. Let's just unload everything. All right, so the problem is marine armor does not actually give you that much. Oh, it does actually give you a lot of insulation. All right, who's getting the marine armor? Who is our most important combatant? Unironically, Sun might probably be the person who's best equipped to handle marine armor. And then, hello, Steve, how are you? And then, actually, Havel probably should have taken it because Havel's the melee specialist. Let's do that. Let's have... It's Sun, you come back here. You take the recon armor, and I'm gonna give Havel the heavy armor. There we go. Much better. Okay. Also, Alana is having a mental break due to lack of sleep. I think I might have left her. I think I might have left her drafted, and I forgot to undraft her, which is probably what's going on. I need to stop doing that. Yeah, that's fine. What are we researching next? All right, next on the tech tree is, why don't we do? Should we do better cannons? They'll seem a little unnecessary. Geothermal heating would be kind of fun too. Synthread. We could make synthread. Don't know the purpose of it. Why don't we make power showers termination, gene process. Where's the industrial stuff that I can use for better production capacity? Why don't we do more manufacturing mortars and the drones? I don't know if I'm gonna need most of these, but we'll grab them anyways. That's fine. But yeah. Hopefully the microphone's not buzzing anymore. I don't know what was causing that. Oh, I need the thing that gives me the vitals monitor. I keep forgetting I need a vitals monitor. By the way, look at these bedrooms. Okay. So unfortunately, it's still freezing in here because the pipes aren't connected yet. I need to figure out where the pipes are. Oh, haha. Okay, so fun fact. I made plumbing, but I didn't make the heating pipes, which are a completely separate type of pipe that needs to be everywhere. So we're gonna keep burning through all of our slate until we're gonna keep burning through all of our slate until I can get this all built out so that we can ensure a warm and toasty living environment for all of our dear comrades who are stuck in this winter wonderland. I mean, for the most part, at least it's working, and I'm glad that this thing functions. We might actually have too much soup. We might need to stop making soup for a bit. I am actually starting to run out of food, so before this food stock runs out, we got to figure out how I'm going to set up a second hydroponics basin. Now with 5,964. Let me do some math real quick. So my goal is I need to fit in. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this real quick. We're gonna combine multiple mods together to create an abomination of industry. What's a grow zone puller? Pull from adjacent grow zones. Or I could put down a cultivator. If I do a Mark II, it's sun lamps and wait a second, hold on. Could I just replace this? Includes an integrated sun lamp. Halt to a stockpile, IO, or crate within range. Wait, this is kind of nutty, actually. Hold on. I have an idea. Wait a second. Hold on. I think we can automate something here. Okay, so I need 2 UAVs and a basic AI chip. 2-pack UAVs and a basic AI chip. I have a plan. It's going to be a wonderful plan. And I think it's going to be allow us to feed food automatically from the grow house over there. I think if I do this correctly, this could be the beginning of a wonderful industrial age. Is it necessary? No. Is it going to be cool? Yes. Let's see if I can do this. I am not taking that quest. That's so dumb. Never know anyone who takes that quest. Okay. All right, we got to deal with this thing. All right. At least we have equipment. Also, here's a smithy. I don't know what I built this for. Maybe for weapons. Oh, I remember now. So someone like Havel probably should be using something better than a simple... We could give Havel a shield. Oh yeah, so... Okay, so Lana passed out on the toilet for some reason. Maybe her pawn needs to go to sleep at some point, and that'll probably fix her mental break state. And then everything else will just kind of be put together slowly. An olive farmer has crash landed. Alright, I guess we'll save him. And if I don't like him, to the void. Nahil also doesn't move. Oh, Nahil's missing. Okay, yeah, that's a bit of a problem too. I don't know if we're fast enough to save this person, but I guess we'll try. You know, I'm not one to just leave a dying person alone. We should try our best to save them. Can I get the other arc researchers? Hold on. I swear if it's not in vanilla expanded, I'm gonna be annoyed. Oh, I guess we gotta get the next quest line. So I guess once this is complete, we'll get the... We'll try to unlock the other one. And that should hopefully give us a lot of power. Maybe. It's very energy heavy consumption. We also need to rip through this at some point. There is the turrets and other things, but not a big deal. All right, who's gonna fight? Let's go send in people. So Steve's the driver, Sun is the gunner, and then we're gonna take Ray, Rachel, Havel. Get over here. Sun's already going to the vehicles. That's fine. We're gonna go deal with the mech abomination at the bottom. Gonna take a little bit of a drive, unfortunately. Let's just make sure we haul these in. I don't want these to get deteriorated. And hopefully we can get rid of this so that I'm not worried about it anymore. Okay, so did we make our AI things yet? We made the chip, but not the packed stuff. That's fine. Oh, we may need to bring Ray down, although maybe she's not necessary. Alright, by the way, look, Comrade Katya does move normal speed now, so does Ray, despite having a mental break. Oh, we need to get Ray a new leg. What a shame. Alright, let's go deal with this. I don't want to worry about this. I'm going to park these guys on the bottom side. And then we'll just have the tank kind of standing right over here. Let's save the game and see if I can do this correctly. 1 or 2 this is fine. Any more than that, that's a little concerning. Okay, so Comrade Katya can shoot around the corner. We'll have you stand there. Havel's over here. I think the correct thing to do is we open with a EMP, probably, right? If there's scythers, we might be able to just gun it down before they can act. We'll have Havel get ready to intercept. You are not carrying any EMPs for some reason. Wait, where's the EMPs? None of these people have EMP grenades. Okay, great. Okay, so Sun does. Let's turn this off. Unload Sun. Need Sun over here to drop off that EMP grenade. Then you get back in. I'm gonna have your name pick up that EMP grenade. There we go. Now we have EMPs. Wait. Oh, he can't carry all of it. Okay, that's fine. We'll try to make this work. Okay. Alright, let's see if this works. So, switch to EMP, fling an EMP, and then step away, and then... Oops, start blasting. Okay, maybe hopefully we don't like... Okay, now they're coming in hot. Okay, you focus here. You focus here. Let them do their thing. Okay, you stay there. Pull back a little bit. Yep, we're gonna see a lot of them coming in. That thing is just ripping and tearing through everyone. Oh my goodness. No, you. Okay, you need to pull back. Okay, fantastic. Okay. Let's see if we can gun this one down. Airman's getting smacked. We're gonna draft Alana so Alana can run down here. That thing is surviving. Okay, now we gotta kill these. Oh, they're mostly dead. Fantastic. Okay. Okay, so this tank is doing a lot of work, thank goodness. However, a lot of people are getting some pretty nasty injuries. Oh, there's more over there too that we gotta worry about. Oh, and I think some of them are moving up towards the base, and I wasn't paying attention, so we gotta worry about that too. Okay. Our security is getting breached, and you need to run not that direction, and you're gonna run over there and get run over. Cool. Who else is dying? Everyone Joker's probably got a little bit of time. You got 8 hours. Anyone here? Doctor? Havel's a doctor. Have Havel quickly intercept this for now. And you focus fire. Okay, that's dead. Okay, good. So now you're gonna go over here. You're gonna stabilize. No, just tend. And then I'm gonna have you come over here, extinguish the vehicle. You also extinguish the vehicle. All right, let's see if that's enough. Because then we gotta go intercept the. Oh, yeah, that's the... Oh, right, the centipede is over there. Yeah, that's a problem. Let's see. Immortal's a sniper. Let's get Immortal out here. Okay, then we're gonna have these guys run over there. You run over. You run away, not that direction. There is a Tesseron coming that way. Let's see if we can just intercept the big old boy there. Ooh. Dodged that one. Okay. Oh, there's turrets there too. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. No! They're destroying my power sources! Alright. Also, we gotta deal with this thing. That's a lot of fire. Restaurants think they aren't super scared. Oh my gosh, the shot went really far back here. Okay. Alright, let's kill this real fast. Oh, this is kind of annoying. Then I can pivot this one down here. Okay, these guys are gonna be fine. You undraft. We're gonna have Havel go over here, undraft, and then we gotta deal with this. We gotta go here and deal with the giant turrets, which are also kind of obnoxious. And I may not have any more grenades. Nope. Okay, reload. Reload. I'm just gonna have the Zojirushi deal with this. Okay. Next. Alright, might be able to just poke around in a second. Let's see. Surprisingly not. This barricade's actually protecting it, annoyingly enough. Well, you're gonna come over here. You're gonna draft. You're gonna stand right there. I'll have you tended to in a second. Oh my gosh. Please, kill the turret. Can't be that hard. There we go. Okay, now it's distracted. We can send a second one in here too to assist. There. Oh, no. Oh, run away. Okay, kill the Tesseron, and then we're done. All right. Airman, let's go send you back, and then let's get Comrade Katya alive, and that'll be fine. All right, fantastic. Okay, so this is okay. Let's have this fire extinguished. And let's go in here. We just got to find a way to destroy the rest of this. That was an annoying engagement. Oh, okay, Steve still died. I am so sorry. Wait, what? Inside? From what? Wait, what? What did you die from? Oh! Oh, he got... Oh, you can get shot through the vehicle. Oh, my... Uh-oh, hold on. Oh, I did not know that. Okay, wait, that's really bad. Are you okay? Okay, so Steve must have gotten shot. You were shot while you were inside. That's what got you. Being inside. All right, hold on. We gotta finish this off. We'll finish off your quest. We'll go here and then blow the rest of this up. Okay, and let's blow the last one up. This thing is surprisingly durable. It's just a full auto. Okay, we did it. At the cost of one of our own. I'm sorry, Steve. I'll bury you. We'll remember you in spirit. All right, let's put you down here. Let's get this bad boy back up here. We gotta rebuild everything that we lost. Why are we using the nice medicine? Okay. Comrade Kachi will survive. We're gonna rebuild everything. Let's set order, all, allow, deconstruct everything here. Okay. That way we can at least rip apart the mechanoids and we can rebuild our power source. Because right now, we might actually not have enough power now because they destroyed what is essentially a lot of the connection points for our power grid, which is very bad. So I'm going to order Ray to work on this this wind gen, and hopefully we can reconnect the power grid. Do we actually have 2 dead Steves in here? Oh my god, we do actually have 2 dead Steves. That's so funny. That's so tragic. I'm so sorry. I didn't expect 2 dead Steves. We'll remember you. We'll remember you. Alright, undraft. Turn this off. Okay. Let's get everyone tended to at some point. We can't make nice meals anymore. I guess we could make fine vegetarian soups, but I don't think I'm allowed to. Nope, we cannot. And there's no way we can get meat. I think the only thing we could do for meat is, I think you can press tofu into meat, technically. Like, that is an option. Is it an option that I'm willing to go through? We'll see. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna uninstall this sun lamp. Which, again, is a little questionable, but it's fine. Okay, that should connect the power grid together, so now we're getting power again. And the reason we're uninstalling that is because now I can put down the nicer one, which is our Drone Cultivator Mark II, which is, we have enough materials for this, that's easy enough. And that should not be that difficult. Okay, work on this. And then we'll get you buried in a second. The Citadel needed a sacrifice, and I guess you were today's sacrifice. I'm so sorry. We also need to dig this out. I don't like this thing here. I'd rather just be an open field that we can just abuse in case we get attacked. This area obviously is like kind of our weak spot. That's fine. I knew it was kind of not be ideal. Let's grab a few of these. I want to haul some of these over there as fast as possible. We need someone who's just dedicated to hauling things. I think Reed doesn't want to haul. Also, it's winter. Okay, I've been yapping a little too much. Let me go use the restroom. Let me, what's the word? Recalibrate my existence. I'll be right back. You can, let's hit the game real quick. You can look at how beautiful all this is in the meanwhile. Hello. I have returned. All right, let's, what was I up to? Right, we're trying to expand all of our stuff here. We're trying to automate some of our food productions that is a lot less painful, and hopefully this will make this a little better. So the main purpose of this drone is that this thing automatically will harvest, plant, and do all the usual gardening stuff for us. And on top of that, I can figure out where I want it to go. Now, I'm not sure if this works with the hydroponics, so that's what we're here to find out. I think it does work. Oh, shoot. I think it does work with the hydroponics. Okay, maybe not. Let's, okay, I think it might have gotten a little too enthusiastic because it's trying to grow here. I think it should grab the these plants, so we'll see in a second if it actually functions the way I think it's supposed to function. And if it does, fantastic. And then I've solved most of our food problems because I can just move these things around, I think. Nope, can't move them. Anyways. Oh my gosh, I wish I had like interesting, fun things to talk about, but unfortunately it's just mostly the photography thing. I actually do think I'm gonna go to more botanical gardens in the future just because I do kind of enjoy walking around and seeing all the cool plants that they have nowadays. There's a lot of plants if you're willing that look very pretty, especially now that we're approaching springtime. And I know my area there is a bunch of sakura trees that it would be kind of nice to see in full bloom. Obviously it blooms a little later here than it does in, say, Tokyo or the rest of Japan. So hopefully in the coming month or so, it'll be in bloom and I can take a look and take pretty photos, and it'll be sad because it's just gonna be me because Ray's not here. So that's also a little tragic, but what are you gonna do, right? That's just how it be. Is it working? An industrial supply company has arrived in space and would like to buy things. Sure. I'll sell them the damaged scyther blades. I will buy... I don't think anything here I particularly want. I'm okay selling the jade. Promethium Math Physics is fine to sell. I don't know if I need an 8x scope or a full choke, but I'll hold on to it. Sell the ironwood. I should hold on to the ironwood. I'll sell the grow zone. Keep the rest of this is fine. Shears, since we're never gonna really have any animals, it's okay to get rid of. And then we gotta install the industrial automatic mason to get rid of the stone and just automate that as well. Because right now, I could buy a 256k battery, but that seems too expensive for me to justify right now. We do need a little bit more of a power buffer, perhaps. Putting a 16k battery is not the worst idea. I don't know, put it here, should be fine. Let's expand the power grid. Okay, so I know we have that industrial mason. I think I can just put this down. If I just put it down here and just cover it with a roof, is that fine? I think that's fine. Yeah, it should be okay. We'll see. We'll see how this pans out. I think a lot of times my ideas are just generally janky and bad. What was I was gonna say? I know we're doing Xenonauts 2 tomorrow. I'm hoping people are still finding that fun. Because I know basically the people who are watching, they basically fall into two categories. There's the ones who want to watch me do silly things for the sake of doing things, and the ones who are strictly here to just watch strategy games. Because I played a lot of those in the early days of the streaming. Oh, right, we got to bury. Right, let's bury Steve before I forget. Let's fix that real quick, because your body is still somewhere. I don't know where your body is, but let's get you buried. So that we can honor your sacrifice. Thankfully, Ray's coming over here. Put this down. We might actually make a mausoleum at some point. Assign Steve. And then I gotta find out where your body is. Okay, you bury the poor guy. Let's get these hauled inside as well. And then you should be honored. And we still need to crack open the crypto sleep, but I don't know what's in there. And every time I do this, like, always something bad happens, which is why I don't like cracking them open. I have a massive aversion to it. Okay. All right, so we have this thing now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it make slate blocks forever. So the way this works is I can just tell it where to dump things, and as long as there's materials next to it, it'll work. So it's just gonna take the slate chunks off of this and put it in there. It's fairly quick. Well, the more important part is I don't have to have someone waste their time doing it anymore, which is the most important bit. I can suspend this now. Oh, great, another mech hive. Why is it always mech hives? There's nothing else that ever attacks us. All right. The Rimworld mech hive is attacking. They're coming in from the north. Scythers and Lancers and a few Militors, and over there you got the pikemen. I'm just gonna preemptively deal with this now. So Ray's already here, so just put her in the driver's seat. Kefir, you go in the gunner's seat. Just deal with this before I have to worry about anything else. Now it does have bullets. I'm just gonna have them strike each of these, whichever one gets closer first. Let's hit this one first. Okay, just gonna switch to burst fire mode. Just try to gun them down. This is so cheesy. I understand why I don't play with vehicles. I think I actually don't play with vehicles that much because of how overpowered they are. So maybe in the future we're gonna not maybe play with these anymore. For now, I figured it was like, okay, it felt appropriate because we're, traversing, frozen tundra wastelands to get from point A to point B. So I thought it was fine, but I think setting up better static defense is probably a better way to play the game overall. Because right now we just have these auto turret bunkers. I'm just gonna get the roof over here. Get rid of the roof here. And here. And here. And here. So that way, I should be able to just dig up this entire area and make it go away, and it'll be fine. Our quarry is actually empty now, so let's get rid of that as well. And then let's get the Zojirushi up there. It seems to be struggling to path, but I need it over there quickly so we can get rid of the threat that is quickly approaching us. Look at that, it's just ripping everything apart. Fantastic. There we go. All right. They're approaching. The Zoshiroshi's just ripping them apart. Fantastic. We need more bullets. It's actually running out. Thankfully, it's not that difficult. I wonder if I could have Immortal try to poke from afar as well with that sniper rifle of theirs. The problem is I think sniper probably needs a bigger bullet. Okay, that's fine. Let's park here. What is the sniper rifle using? You know what I think Immortal needs? Backpacks. We are very short on backpacks, and I think that's our biggest problem. Every single person in the colony should have a backpack. Let's keep making these. I need like a bajillion of them. Because everyone's carrying capacity is so low right now, so that's kind of the issue. Turn off, unload. I need to put more bullets in here. This thing is a champion. And then we should... Oh! We can kill the moose for food. Wait, did this work? I wasn't paying attention. Dang it. Okay, some of these are almost fully grown. We'll take a look. And then if this works, I will build another essentially growing pod area that we can put another drone cultivator in, so we can ensure that we can have more food. And I think the second one will be for secondary crops rather than just strictly more rice. I think our pawns can only eat so much rice before they're gonna lose it, so I would prefer if I can give them other food. Lana is going crazy, untethered from reality, the game says. Why? Observing corpses, and Steve was Alana's daughter, and then dead. That is a problem. How's Ray holding him? Oh, we never got Bashy in here. I think this is the first colony we've never had Bashy, which is really weird to think about. I also don't want to put Bashy because I know Bashy's going to explode immediately. If we're willing to deal with large amounts of toxic waste, get Luciferium. 50 Luciferium is kind of interesting. All right, well, you can be this one. If you're willing to be a child, there is a 5-year-old child here named Reed. Let me know if you want the child or if you want to wait until an adult shows up, which is also a fair, thing to wait for. Let's have Ray quickly build this out. There's too many pipes that need to be made. So much like groundwork that has to be done to function correctly. Okay, now we have water flowing in. Can I get more water in here? I think I need another well. Oh no, I just need more pumps. These ones only hold like 1,500, so let's put another pump here. It'll be fine. Why is it waiting, searching for ingredients? The slate's already in there. Oh, you know what? I wonder. Now it's not working. That's odd. Or does it need more? I think it needs more. That's probably the problem. Okay, so why don't we haul a few more of these over there. And let's see how that pans out. Okay. So, our pawns are having mental breakdowns because they're hungry, they're sad, and there's also just lots of pain. Why don't we make more soups again so that we don't run out of food? I wish there was a way to, like, automate the soup production. I think that's the only thing I don't like. Okay, there we go. So making the slate blocks now. And then that can be used for other projects. Okay, so the drones are working. You can see that they are planting and they are harvesting. Technically, so is Airman Joker, but that's not necessary anymore for him. Probably don't need him to do that, but that's okay. But now that I know this works, we're going to make more. Because we have a lot of steel now. I figure I'm going to design this. I think I want it to be a separate... I can either make it part of the same room. Let me think. How do I do this? So, I want to make sure the buildings look the same on all sides. I know I'm kind of pigeonholing myself into this terrible design, but that's okay. It's all part of the vibe. Let's get that set up there. And then I need to figure out how a pawn would get inside of this facility. Probably through this door here. And then I need to figure out how I'm going to design... I guess you could technically have them overlap and it wouldn't be a problem. And obviously, where's the food getting dropped off to? Second generator can also haul it, so I gotta find a way to dump the materials. Is there... Oh, you know what? I wonder... Okay, I don't think I have the technology. I think there's a drone tech that you can use to help move things around. But since I don't have that right now, it's not really necessary. I guess a smart hopper would be correct also. I'm not going to worry about that for now. Let's just focus on getting the initial setup going. Okay, so we're not going to be able to maximize our space. That's fine, I think. I don't think we need to be maximizing space all the time. I think I'd be comfortable approximately... If I want it to be its own separate room. I think this is probably okay. Lose a little bit of space, but that's fine. And then... Yes, there is a child pawn named Reed. Would you like to be Reed? He's being educated right now as we speak. He doesn't really have any traits other than he's lazy and a fast walker at the same time. Also, he's got bloodlust, which is also kind of concerning. Much longer. 6 days. Have I had porter beer? No. I don't drink beer. You have to understand. I don't like beer at all. You could tell me the beer's probably the best thing you've ever had in your life, and I'll be like, I don't care. I don't like beer. My beverage of choice, if I have to drink an alcohol, like, if I have to drink an alcoholic drink, it's just like, give me like a highball or like a lemon sour or something along those lines. That's usually my preferred drink. Peanut butter dark chocolate porter. So it's a peanut butter flavored alcoholic beverage. Okay, let's get Reed turned into Steve. Oxby's also in the verge of mental breakdown. Okay, let's get Reed upgraded here. So, where are you? Let's give you a name. Congratulations, Steve. You are now in here again. So, just to keep in mind, you are currently a 5-year-old child whose bloodlust lazy and a fast walker. You are not related to anyone. Thankfully. Peanut butter whiskey is surprisingly common. Is it really? I don't know what a G and T. Oh, gin and tonic. It's a gin and tonic. It's like a mix of pure chocolate with peanut butter. See, the thing is, I don't really consume that much peanut. I do like peanut butter. But actually, have I ever told you of this Filipino stew called kare kare? There's a Filipino stew called kare kare, and it's very interesting because the basis of it is peanut butter. So it's like a peanut butter stew that you kind of stew with a bunch of meats in it. It's not necessarily peanut butter, but it's like peanuts technically, and it's kind of creamy. Ray described it as tasting a lot like Thai, like yellow curry, but with peanut flavor, which is, I guess, weirdly specific. It's very interesting because it's called. I was like looking up what the etymology of kare kare was, and I found out it's literally just the Indian word curry, just twice. So it's curry, which is hilarious. For kare kare, yeah, it's a very popular thing. I eat it every now and again. I actually enjoy it, but I've also, well, I consume a lot of Filipino food, which is a whole different problem. It's not healthy for you at all. Yeah, Filipino food tends to be very salty, which is also kind of another major issue. I need 2 UAVs, a small machine frame, and I think a basic AI chip, and that should be fine. Oh, here we go. Let's put blocks in here. Let's have blocks go in here too. Correct. So there. Now it's just got to look for the remaining slate chunks, which for some reason it's not allowed to grab. I don't know why that's the case. I don't know what's going on with that. That's weird. Oh, peanut butter whiskey? Peanut butter whiskey, I don't know. I might have to look that up, but I don't really drink whiskey very much. Listen, I've mentioned this before, but like a lot of, you'd be surprised at the sheer amount of VTubers out there that are Filipino. It's very amusing. I know there's a few HoloLivers that are actually Filipino because I know what their past lives are. Holo EN, I mean, specifically. Like HoloStars EN, not HoloLive. HoloLive is a whole different one. I know you're making a funny, but I'm also making a funny too. But yeah, HoloStars has at least one Filipino individual in their group, which is hilarious to me. And that's why I always make the joke, like, you never know, your favorite streamer could be Filipino, and that could be a travesty to you, depending on your interpretation of what a travesty is. I do like Filipino food a lot. It's very good. One of my favorites is a dinuguan, which is like a pork blood stew. Normally you make it with offal, but I don't eat it with the offal. I don't like liver, so I just eat it like whenever it's made with regular pork meat and things like that, because otherwise I'm not gonna want to eat it. I'm sorry, I am a child sometimes, and when I get picky about certain things, and that's one of those weird things too. Let's get this all hooked up, please. I just realized that none of that is hooked up. By the way, this area is now warm and cozy, so why don't we move 3 people out of here? So I'm gonna move, let's put Immortal into one of these rooms. Let's put Rachel into one of these rooms, and we'll put Kefir into the other one. Okay, so I only need 2 more bedrooms, and then the whole bedroom stack will be completed. So it's getting there. We're slowly fixing this up. I also need to put toilets in each of these. So why don't we build... These people have way nicer bedrooms than a lot of the other pawns do, so it's a little... the discrepancy in quality of their housing arrangements is a little extreme. Just realized that doesn't make sense. Can I... There we go, perfect. Among Us, but the imposter's Filipino. I was gonna do a Filipino accent, but I really don't want to make a Filipino accent right now. Corpse obsession. Wait, how does this? What do you mean corpse obsession? Alana's pawn is just having a mental breakdown like every 5 seconds now. It's actually kind of crazy. I've never seen this happen before. Anyways, I guess you're gonna be eating while staring at the corpse of her dead child. It's also kind of annoying that you're not allowed to bury until the mental break's over. Wait. Okay, someone took it. Never mind. Let's get that buried. I don't want to worry about that. Yeah, relatable. Dealing with the pain of losing your child. I guess so. Yeah, that could be pretty painful and terrible. Okay. We are getting closer to finishing all this up. It's just gonna take a little bit more time. How much more wood do I have? We have enough wood to keep this running perpetually, I think. In 3 more days, we can upgrade this into the upgraded variant, and then wait until I have to get rid of it, and then put in the geothermal variant, which is the one I really want. We could make a uranium version, but I don't think I want to. Am I winning? Winning is a term with many different interpretations. We lost someone earlier. Steve is on their 3rd pawn, and no one else has really died. Which is also very funny. Anyways, how are you, Exonia? I've been playing Vic 3 recently. It's been quite an adventure. I don't know if you saw my screenshots, but I played America, and I guess I got a little too war hungry because I kept gobbling up South America. And I guess once you hit over 100 infamy, it's kind of hard to just keep it, you know, from getting below 100 again. Because everyone wants to keep cutting me down to size, but I have like a super army. Like we have flamethrowers, we got chemical weapons, we've got stormtrooper tactics. It's basically war crimes. And anyone tries to invade America, they just get beat back instantly. It's so funny. Okay, this is working right now. I'm still not finding the ingredients. I wonder if there's like a max limit. I think slate blocks do forever. Okay, so if I do just the 1x, that'll be fine. Perfect. But anyways, how are you doing, Exonia? Welcome to our wonderful Rimworld adventure. We're working on improving our food capacity, which is our biggest issue. No, I don't want to do Civil War. I actually avoided the American Civil War somehow. I have no idea how I pulled it off, but I did it. And so I didn't have to worry about having to deal with that nonsense event. I couldn't stop the Trail of Tears, though. That was, unfortunately, something I couldn't really deal with. Why is this not pumping? I bet you I didn't hook this up correctly. Yep, I never hooked this up correctly. Let's put another well down. Well, where else can I find clean water? I guess I'll put a well in the kitchen. Nope, not allowed to put in the kitchen. Got it. I think I can put this there. Probably put one, just tuck one away in the corner somewhere. Here should be fine. But yeah, a lot of Paradox stuff is coming out this week, so I'm super excited because I know, like I said, Vic 3's got its thing coming out soon. I think next week is the new DLC, right? And then I don't know if anyone pays attention to CK3, but I like CK3, and boy, they announced some spicy new content for that, and I am very excited. They're adding finally the religious mechanics, and also, I don't know if Ray's here, but Merchant Republics are coming to CK3 now too, which I know is the only reason why Ray doesn't really like playing CK3, because she prefers to play Merchant Republics. So it'll be very interesting to see CK3 in its fullest potential. For Victory, yeah, Victory's getting the new Navy mechanics, I know, is one of them. I guess I could do that. It looks a little janky, but this is probably fine. Yeah, that seems okay. That'll be the final use. There's the new Hoi 4 DLC tomorrow. 2 days from now. Oh no, Wednesday. And I'm considering streaming it, but I don't know what the DLC is going to be like or if it's going to be good, which is the only reason why I haven't decided if this is something that I want to stream. I think if it ends up being good, then sure, but knowing Paradox and Hoi 4 DLC, the quality is going to be all over the place, and I don't really want to... It's kind of like, do I really want to risk this? Maybe. I'll probably give it a shot anyways, because I love playing Hoi 4 when it's appropriate. But I've been let down by a lot of the Hoi 4 DLC in the past, and so I'm like, I don't know. Okay. Look, oh, Ranu's got all those passions and skills. Let's see, what does your pawn do? Shooting passion. Okay, we'll have to train you with a gun soon. Can we build this yet, or what are we missing? Everything. Okay, I think we just need to order someone to go over here and make it. Where is Ray? Build me my sun lamp. There we go. I need more things. Also, this entire thing has to be destroyed too, but that's a whole different problem. I mean, you'll get traits eventually. I believe at 7 years old you can get a trait, and you're currently 6. Your growth tier 4, so you'll definitely get at least 1 trait and at least 1 passion. So don't worry, you're being educated. It's just a bit of a slow grind, you know? Education is not fast. Growing up is slow. Are we gonna build this, or are we just not gonna do this? Oh, you know, part of the problem is no one wants to haul the steel. Yeah, look at all those bricks that I don't know what to do. Look at all those chunks. Look at all that uranium, too. Yes, the children, they are being educated. They are becoming stronger day by day. Okay, please make this sun lamp. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I cannot get Ray to sit there and make a sun lamp. Am I running out of plasteel? Not quite. I don't know why this is so difficult. Like, I have to keep ordering the pawn to keep going over there, drop off the stuff we need. I know everything's been made. I know she wants to sleep, but no, we have work that needs to be done. Alright, fine. Her pawn can go to bed or something. Whatever. Whatever, fine. We should probably also link these bathrooms, but at the same time, I don't think it really matters. As long as the pawn can go find somewhere to do their business, it's okay. We didn't set up public ones, unfortunately. Alright, once it's daytime, I think what we'll do is we will do a funeral. Let's honor our dearly departed Steve 1, and who has been reincarnated into the child of a body. That's the plot line now. Alright, funeral. Let's get over there. Let's all say our... We don't have any Roombas, no. Everything is kind of done by hand. We don't have... What are they called in Frostpunk? They were the big old mech things that I'm forgetting the name of. Industrial Supply Company. Take a look. I might need materials from them. Were they called the automatons? Yeah. Alright, heartwarming funeral. Everyone gets a +8 mood buff. It was so beautiful. Everyone's like, oh, so moved emotionally. Let's go talk to the brother export company. They're probably trying to sell us printers or something. Or ink. Okay, I will sell the damaged scyther blades. I will take... That's 246 components. That is really tempting. Sell the garden salt. Sell the promethium and FSX. Sell... What else can I sell? I'm not really willing to buy much of what I have. It's not really worth buying anything from them. A lot of the stuff I can just make myself. So I think it's just not worth buying anything. It would be tempting to buy all those components. That actually might be worth it, but I think what I'll do is I'm just going to order the autofabs. Let's go until we have 50 components. I think is probably a good amount. Just have this running around the clock. Your sword won't make you throw up. Maybe one day. Actually, you know what? What is your sword made out of? The uranium longsword that makes you puke. Do I have any other spare weapons? We can give you a plasteel knife, or we could try to make you a new sword. I think that's why we have the smithy. Let's see, we could try to make you a longsword, or if you want a different weapon, that's also an option. You want a Zweihanda? Two-handed big sword? Sure, let's give you that. Let's give you a Zweihanda. We'll even make it out of uranium. We have enough uranium to justify this. Alright, uranium Zweihanda. We'll see how this one pans out. And then we'll give it to you and we'll see how your pawn reacts to it. But knowing your pawn, it might not be too fond of it. Did I not make a small machine frame? What are we actually missing from this? It's not the auto hauling. We hauled a decent chunk of steel already. Okay, there's the components. Oh, I actually don't have a small machine frame. That's so funny. Okay, so that's why it wasn't being built. All right, let's make a small machine frame. If you can describe to me how you would use a bipod with a sword, I will see if I can put a bipod on your sword. I don't think I can put a bipod on your sword no matter what, but I am genuinely curious to know what the logic behind putting a bipod on a sword would be. Like, I really want to know how you would pull that off. Hey, look, we actually did dismantle this entire thing. No, it didn't take too long, surprisingly. People still don't have the warmth. Steve's clothes are probably going to be fine. Oh, I just realized it's April May now, so it is getting to nicer weather. Okay, now we should be able to build this thing. Look at those. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to disallow these. That means, okay, so what I'm going to do. Oh, so they will not, okay, got it. So they will ignore the allow and not allow thing, which I guess is fine. Kind of annoying. Okay, now here's our other hydroponics room. Shoot, let's not do that. I don't want to do that. Let's make sure we do this correctly. I would like to make sure I do this correctly. That's fine. Okay, so here's our new hydroponics room. It's not super space efficient, but with enough heaters, we can definitely just fill this entire room up with as much crops that we need. We don't have to make it super efficient anymore. We could probably just do this. As long as it fits, that's all that matters. I can probably fit one more here, and then maybe these extra spots are for heaters. That's a lot of steel and components, but I think that's fine. And then instead of using the normal heating system that we have for the rest of the colony, these will just have their own independent heating system, so that it's just a little separated from anything else. Those robots stole your job? Exactly. Listen, the robots are here to steal all of our gerbs, okay? You gotta be a little careful. They're coming for you. What job do you have? Probably robots. Actually, I don't know. Maybe robots won't be... It won't be as soon as people think, though. You see what's going on with, like, Waymo and all that? I wouldn't trust Waymo. Or what's the other saying? AI, actually in Indian, is sometimes the saying, too, because there's a bunch of startups that have been found that's like, oh, it's not actually AI. It's just a call center in India or the Philippines that are actually behind what's the actions that are happening. I swear this was a thing. When what was it called? When Amazon had like that Amazon Go store a long time ago. It was this whole shtick about like, oh, you just walk in and you walk out with the things you want and it'll automatically charge to your account because it knows exactly what you're doing and what you're looking to buy. Whoa, super crazy technology. And then they found out in an expose or something that there was no AI. It was a guy in India who was just watching you through like the Amazon security cameras and figuring out what you were buying and then charging it to your account. And I'm like, oh, it's just some of it's such a grift. It's insane. But we always talk about AI stuff. I need to find new topics. I need to come up with new topics that aren't just the same old depressing, oh, look at all this weird thing that we're dealing with in real life. That's not fun, you know? Hello, Comrade Marksman, how are you? Oh, my neck is killing me too. Actually, maybe we don't need people to be growing plants anymore now this thing's mostly fully automated. Look at all those components being slapped down. Okay, do we need more backpacks? Were we able to get Mortal a backpack? Yes. Okay, there we go. Let's make more. Need a few more bags. Oh, we're already making them. Fantastic. Even better. I like it. How are you, Marksman? Hopefully you're having a good evening. Are you just here to check to see how many points you have? 1.18 mil. I know there's still a bunch of other people with like a lot more than that, but I'm not going to mention who. Okay, so I think we've managed to solve all the mental breaks. Whoa, what's happening? Okay, so I see the problem. Okay, so for whatever reason, Alana's pond is getting stuck cleaning the dirt here. And I think it's because that's where the quarry was around here, wasn't it? That was weird. I think it was like a perpetual dirt stack there. That's odd. It's very odd. I'm not sure why that's the case. I don't know why this thing is still also not making the slate blocks. Something's broken with these. If we just pull them out and then order them to be hauled back in, will that reset it? There we go. Maybe if I reset it, it'll work correctly. I don't know. Okay, so here's a hydroponics room. You can see that it's working pretty good. The main problem is that this is going to consume a lot of power. And hopefully we can sustain the energy cost for this. Okay, we can upgrade this to the upgraded version now. The arc can finally become arcier. The core will get stronger. And then obviously this is going to need a little bit more heating before it is functional. It's actually already roofed in, but I'm trying to separate this to make another room here that I can use for other purposes. Perhaps a surgery room, perhaps, I don't know, who knows. A lot of choices. Oh shoot, I didn't run enough power lines here. Okay, that's always the problem. I'm just gonna run a cross pattern here. Make life easy for me. Maybe it's not a cross pattern, but at least this will be enough to power everything. Okay, so let's not grow only rice. Why don't we grow other crops? So maybe up here, we'll set these specifically to heal root. Maybe these ones down here will also be strictly for heal root. And then what else do we want to grow here? Oh, I thought I had tofu. I guess not. For some reason I thought I guess we could also grow. Would pawns in this time want weed? Actually, we should probably grow tea. Tea's probably the better option. Smoke leaf is also a choice. Why don't we do tea? Tea's probably correct. So we'll have a decent amount of other products, and that should be fine, I think, for most of our needs. Thank goodness we never ran into a bug infestation. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but Lana's pond is like perpetually stuck cleaning dirt. I don't know why. That's super weird. It's like not even any dirt there. Something broke. Okay, we're gonna install the adjustable burn cylinders to upgrade the arc. So, at the cost of 200 steel, 4 components, and 1 arc component, we can get a bigger reactor. Let me also double check these quest line for this generator. Rimworld. Here we go, the generator. Okay, so the final step is the wood blasting arc. And then after that, we can do the quest line, and we can try to unlock the other variants that we're trying to aim for. Now, I do want to aim for the geothermal one. Could also do the uranium one, which would also be kind of interesting, but I think the geothermal one's probably correct. Let's get this slapped out. Thankfully, we have people who have much resources and time available to make this happen. Fantastic. Okay. Well, maybe in a bit. Ray will do it. I don't think she wants to do it right now. Is that what we talked about earlier? I forgot. Robots, food, reincarnations. I'm gonna crack my back real quick. Hold on. And the other thing too that's interesting is I'm in a D&D campaign, technically Pathfinder 2e, and we're approaching the end of this campaign, which is crazy to me. Very seldom do I think I ever get an opportunity to actually sit through an entire D&D or Pathfinder campaign from start to finish, especially a module. So it's almost kind of sad. Although we're only level 17, I didn't realize how stupidly powerful high-level Pathfinder gets again, and it drives me mad every single time. I think I've come to the conclusion that RPGs that go where you're fighting gods are not fun. Because it just reminds me of the weird power fantasies people have, like in isekai garbage type content. I don't know if that's an appropriate complaint, but that's how I'm going to complain about it. I can't even be bothered to watch a lot of isekai anymore. Because I remember someone comparing it, like... I saw someone comparing it earlier today, where the Japanese have isekai slop, the Koreans have dungeon slop, and the Chinese have cultivation slop. And the more I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? All three of them are basically the same genre. Where you start, it's like, you start off weak and then you get ridiculously powerful, either very quickly or very slowly. And the main character is usually like a lot of the main character is usually like a non-character personality self-insert, whatever you want to call them. And it's kind of interesting when I read that. I was like, is it rude to say that? But I did think it had some kind of truth to it. There is a lot of bad isekai. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably a consumer of a lot of bad isekai. Because that's just the type of garbage that I used to consume on a semi-regular basis. Now I don't do that anymore, but no, there was a time. There used to be a time where I was consuming hot doo-doo content. I like to think that my taste has at least evolved a little bit more, and I'm not just consuming, you know, trash. But I think some people will probably disagree and be like, no, you're definitely consuming trash, and I'll be like, oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. You're not gonna get me with that one. Nice try, buddy. You can try, but it's not gonna work. Oh, they're stuck in there. Let's put a door. Let's just... Oh, God, I gotta get them out of there. Crack this open real fast. You get out of here, too, and then I'm gonna seal that up again. Perfect. So, Gate is interesting, because I was talking to a friend about Gate one time, and he straight up hated Gate. And he hated Gate because it was very much like Japanese military, like imperialism, I guess. And obviously, as he was, you know, well, very much of a culture that was attacked by the Japanese in World War II. He's Chinese. So it was kind of interesting, like saying, like, you know, he couldn't stand it because of that type of content that was in it. And I'm like, you know, that makes perfect viable sense as to why someone would not enjoy a series like Gate, because it's reminiscent of all this stuff, right? Like about the conflict in World War II and like all the scars that are still, you know, going on. But Japan has a very strong, yeah, it's also, yeah, it's an advert for the JDF. That's also true. Gate more like EDF. Yeah, it's also just, I thought Gate was okay. I tried watching it and I was just like, okay. I'm not gonna lie, the only reason I started watching it, I was like, oh, okay, so this main character girl she's cute, sure, why not? Oh, there's military fantasy stuff, sure, why not? Oh, they shot a dragon with an RPG, okay, sure, why not? I'll take it. And I thought it was fine. I prefer to just watch, like, fantasy stuff every now and again, if I have time. But, like I said, I remember, like, when I was a kid, I used to be like, I'm gonna watch anime forever, it's gonna be the greatest thing. Why would I ever watch regular boring TV? And now I'm like, I'm watching like 911 and, you know, whatever that weird Paris has fallen. Hello, psychotic, how am I today? I'm doing pretty good. Welcome to the Rimworld Frostpunk colony. Oh wait, this thing, okay. So if I upgrade this, install a set of chem fuel operated engines that power up the arc core, it will now burn chem fuel. So I need to turn on 200% arc tuning. Okay, so we're gonna burn through 132 units of fuel per day. All right, do I have enough wood for that? I hope so. That's a lot of wood. And I have to run this straight for 12 days. Okay. That'll be interesting. For books on YouTube and Twitch and video games. I think it depends. Like, it depends what I'm like looking for. I watch a lot of YouTube too. And honestly, I mostly just watch like those short form documentaries. Like, I really enjoy watching Fern and channels like that, which, you know, are like the super popular documentary. Hoog, Neo. Yep, this is Vanilla Expanded Quest, the generator. We are at near the end of the wood one. I think we're moving into the chem fuel one soon enough, and then I think we'll convert to a geothermal one. In the meanwhile, we're trying to expand our little colony bit by bit. I need to add the last 4 bedrooms, and I can finally free these people out of here, and I can turn this into like a living room, and maybe I can finally flesh out the floor. I don't know what floor I want for the colony. Carpet doesn't really make sense, I think. Primarily because I have to grow cotton, which honestly might not be a bad idea. We have enough rice. I think I could probably justify growing cotton. Yeah, why not? Let's commit these to cotton. Oh my god. Oh, okay, there it is. I was like, did I not research cotton? I was gonna go crazy if I didn't research cotton. All right, there we go. You cheat yourselves. I mean, there's nothing wrong with cheating, starting bunker. I cheated in a whole bunch of wood because this entire planet is a frozen tundra and I cannot grow trees. Yeah, exactly. Just you play the way you want to play it. Like, if you think it's more fun to have that kind of start, then go for it. That's what I do half the time. It's kind of like one side of Stargate, which you watched Stargate as a kid. Gate, I think, fails to really think about how wizards would affect modern warfare. I mean, very much. They're not really caring that much. All they care about is the whole, oh, JDF enters Fantasyland. Oh my gosh, 6 people have to play. That's really bad. Okay. Oh, this pawn keeps getting stuck with clean. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna disallow Lana from cleaning because her pawn is just getting stuck cleaning for some reason, and it's getting a little ridiculous. Okay, let her eat, let her take a bath, let her do her thing. And we're gonna tend to all these injuries real fast, and hopefully we can keep them alive. Now we do have a bunch of decent-sized doctors, especially when they're coming around with the super fancy meds. They should be okay. Also, since Airman Joker's already here and we have a prosthetic arm, let's give him that prosthesis while we're hanging around here. Yeah, we'll have a lot of people do that. Here we go. You didn't make sure there's a amount of granite and limestone stronger than slate, which is barely stronger than marble. Yeah, granite's always going to be your best option, but honestly, for the most part, you can just double layer it and you should be fine in general. Unless you're doing something super crazy that you need to have the absolute strongest defenses. You can generally get by without it. Get by there to the grid. A lot of my water pipes are not hooked up to the grid of anything, so I have to keep fixing the water grid. Just run that through. Fantastic. Okay, so we got cotton, we got tea, we got... Oh, in fact, now that we have tea, what I think we can do is we can now order... Let's see. Brew garden tea, do this forever, and then we're going to go to this one. Storage, clear all, tea only. Okay, apparently you can't put tea on this shelf. Get rid of it then. You can just put some tea there and we should be fine. God, we are running through a lot of rice though. I mean, worst comes to worst, I can maybe add another hothouse. I'm trying to avoid building another hothouse if I can, but if I have to, I will. An animal transport pod with a timber wolf has landed. Don't think I care. Also, it just immediately died to the lynx. Well, that's tragic. I don't think, like, what was the last... I think the last thing I was watching was Silent Witch. Because I thought it was cute. The main character, adorable. And I kind of found her whole shtick of being socially inept while being one of the strongest characters in the world to be a hilarious dichotomy. Hi, Garm. How are you, comrade? Welcome aboard. How are you? Our walls are 361 beauty. Slate 390 no beauty. Slate is 16 work to build. Marbles. I mean, the one work doesn't really matter too much. I guess the marble beauty would probably matter. If you know, in a fancy room, your pawns will be happier type deal. Okay, the plague. They should survive the plague. Oh, they've been using the Glitter World. I thought I turned off Glitter World medicine access. Oh, they just used up all my Glitter World meds for some reason. That's annoying. That is super dumb. Don't know why that's the case. Marble faces all mountain walls. Did you smooth the walls or did you actually build the walls up? Because that's kind of, I'm not sure if there's a major difference, but I'm kind of curious. Okay. Oh, I just realized Ranu has the plague too. Well, it's okay. Ranu will definitely grow up in about 7 in-game days, I think. And then we can finally give Ranu all those prostheses to replace the missing nose, the ear, the thumb, and the toe. So, why don't we figure out how we're gonna fix that? So, Ranu, why don't we give you... Let's make a prosthetic nose and ear. I guess we could make a bionic ear. Not really a bionic nose, is there? Do we just replace one finger? Do we replace the whole... Let's replace just the finger. How about that? We don't need to replace the whole hand. And then... an ear, which I think we can make a cochlear implant. I don't like any of these choices. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. I haven't played Tribal Rimworld in quite some time, so I'm a little out of touch with how it works. Maybe I should play Tribal Rimworld again. Maybe it'd be kind of fun to do like a traditional cave base with all the trimmings and protection detail, and nothing would be able to approach you because they would just explode on contact. It would be kind of neat. It has been a very long time since I've done such a thing. So make sure we allow everything. I'm gonna start ripping this out too. Let's dig this out. I'm ordering all of our miners to just kind of strip this area. Ah! Rachel Maelstrom has reached 53 and has become frail. Oh my goodness. It's so many people becoming frail because they keep getting old. That's so annoying because it's mostly the movement speed penalty that like bugs me, and there's not really a way to get rid of frailty. I mean, I'm sure one of my mods is a way to get rid of frailty, but I don't remember exactly off the top of my head which is the one that gets rid of it. We can fix the spine, but we can't fix the dying muscles. Yet. With enough technology, maybe we could. Okay, so now we have tea. What I'm going to do is we're going to make a shelf. And I'm going to put it somewhere here. We're just going to dump all the tea in there. Why don't we do a nice display shelf? Put it right here. Storage. We can just clear all tea. Okay, so now we're making lots of garden teas. All right. Hawksby is depressed. Okay. Turns out pawns don't like looking at corpses here, and these aren't really going to deteriorate quickly. They take like nearly 100 days. Maybe we need to burn them. You know what I need? I need a mod that just gives me a mass grave. So I can put all these corpses of these randoms that I don't care about in there and just never look at it ever again. Although I guess burning them probably makes the most sense too. But I have to build a crematorium. I don't really want to build a crematorium. Also, let's kill the lynx. That's free food. Or we could call it Bashi. No, I can't really feed it because I don't have any kibble or meat. Do I have a way to make tofu? No. It must have been a mod that I had a long time ago that I uninstalled that gave us tofu options. 2 beauty and 40-50 health. That's actually a lot of beauty. I don't care about the reactor. 30 defenders? Oh gosh, no thanks. I'm good. Focus on getting this all set up. Because right now we're being defended by a bunch of slate auto turrets, which are fine, but they're not super strong. They're just kind of there. What other security options could I add? We could add a 60mm mortar or a twin anti-air cannon, which I don't have any way to do so because I don't have a reinforced barrel. So that's out of the picture. Unless I build a lathe. Let's a chemistry table, which allows us to make Nutramine. I think a lathe would also not be a bad idea because we can just make some reinforced barrels with this if I really need it. I think we'll avoid that for now. One thing at a time. The other thing we could probably consider is that if I make a warm room, fill it with dirt, we could probably grow trees. And then we could have fruits all the time, which would be a pretty good way to at least improve our living conditions, I guess would be the best way to describe it. Another mech hive raid. It's always the mech hive. 3 scythers. Okay, it's just... Here's 8 scythers. Good luck. All right. Well, that's quite a thing. Oh, look. Prophet 9, you're already here. Why don't you get on that as a driver? And Kefir, wakey wakey, it's time to get in here and start blasting these things to oblivion. I forgot to reload this thing with more bullets, so we'll try to not waste our shots. Make every shot count. Come on. There we go. Our turrets are also going to shoot at it, so it's not the worst thing, too. Okay, a defoliator ship is okay. Where's it land? Oh my god, it's landing right there. Oh. Okay. Got it. It's one problem at a time. No. Surely we'll come up. We'll come up. Uh-oh. Okay, switch the burst fire. I think we've aggroed them. Although we are just kind of gunning them from afar. So they're not really able to hurt us. And And I guess we have a lot more bullets ready to go too. Yeah, we're fine. Never mind. This is okay. Let's move up a little bit. They get too close, they perish. Okay, there's like one left over there. Wow, this thing is so overpowered. Okay, cool. Let's go reload and let's go deal with the other threat. And in the meanwhile, we're gonna have Havel and Airman Joker go over here and just beat this thing up. And then we'll allow all that as well, so we can dismantle that for materials. The problem again is the snow. God, the snow is so bad. And we know the mechs are coming in. Now, thankfully, it's all Scythers. They will get in range of our bunker turrets, which is great. But it's a little slow going. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to gun them down. We'll get the sun over here, just in case I need another gunner. These are AP rounds, so they did shoot one down. Okay. Come on. Okay, so we can't shoot over it. That's fine. That's kind of what I figured. And let's see. Scythers are doing their best to just rip them apart. It's okay, then I can have sun pivot over here. Okay. So, the automatic security system did exactly what it was meant to do. Which is great. In that case, we'll have you park over here. Full leadership has been brought down. It's dead. Let's grab all the parts. And not too bad. Right, I need to use the restroom one more time. I'm sorry. I've been drinking a lot of water this whole time. Also, for those who are coming in, would you like to see a photo of, again, that I've shared a lot today? Look at this cool duck photo, a goose photo that I took. I'm so proud of this photo. I don't know why. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, man, I took this with my camera. It's such a goofy looking goose. This is obviously with some color grading applied to it, but look at him. He's menacing. He's spooky. I did take a lot of other nice photos too, which I did share earlier, but I think the other one I really enjoyed was the frog one. Like a frog statue. Just chilling in the water. This was a cool shot. Look at him. Look at that guy. And if you want to see that with the color grading of the goose photo, it looks like this. It's a very different vibe between how, you know, with the color settings that I have set up. And then the other cool shot was, I think I took a photo of that bridge. Where's that bridge shot? Look at that magical bridge I found. It's such a cool photo. I think I might have an eye for photos, I think. Maybe this is the art that was meant to do. Or maybe I should actually do the art that people keep asking me to do that I keep forgetting to do. I don't know. I just don't feel confident enough to do an art stream again. I drew something good once and then I just never been able to do it again. I just never want to touch art again. Perpetual struggle, I swear. It never ends. Always pain and suffering. Also, I need to put some lights in here. The bad art is whatever I draw. That's what it is. I'll tell you what. Anything I draw ends up being bad art. Art that I'm not proud of. Art that I don't think is good enough. How do I make a brazier? Okay, they're not happy. I need a brazier in here. Also, I need this room to be warmer. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I look at it and obviously I can see all the mistakes that I've made in the art piece. It's very hard to, you know, articulate beyond that. Like, I know there's stuff wrong with it and I know how I could try to fix it, and I'll try to fix it, but then it just doesn't look right when I fix it anyways. And obviously it's one of those things that just takes practice to get better at. I'm well aware of that. I'm not that incompetent. I also don't want to, I'm also like too lazy to like plug in my art tablet. It's just like sitting here, but I have like a bunch of magic stuff on top of it again. And every time I start putting magic stuff on top of it, it means it's going to be very hard to actually start doing anything with it again. A perpetual struggle. Also, let's, I think we can now. I probably should finish up the security over here. I think what I'm gonna do is I need to set up additional security gates here, and we need to like set up like actual security, like real security. But we do need bedrooms, and it's been something I've been meaning to do for quite a while. Shoot. Oh, there's the infestation event. Okay, so finally. I was wondering if we were gonna see this. Put a Morlin as the gunner, and then Prophet 9 as a driver. So, this has dug in too deep, and now we are gonna have to deal with the consequences of digging for too long. Okay, so the turrets are gonna try to gun it down. Thankfully, they're ignoring the actual drills. Okay, can we get over there? Maybe we need to wake up people with firearms over here to just defend as well. Because I just realized, wow, that's gonna get real nasty very quickly. Havel has a sword. You have a gun. You have a gun. Okay. Yeah, that bunker's going down. That ain't surviving. Okay. So, that actually wasn't too bad. We only lost a singular... We only lost a single bunker, which is fine. So we can just keep demolishing these and we can rebuild it. We can always rebuild. Just have to kill everything. And finish off, finish off, finish off. All right, not too bad. We'll rebuild, and we should be okay. I need to get this set up, though. I don't know where the braziers are. I could have sworn it's under probably ideology, isn't it? No? Royalty. Furniture? Is it a furniture item? Okay. Probably don't actually want to build one of these, but I feel like it would be appropriate for this to have some of these hanging around, adding some fire, and then we can, I don't know, add some heating and some nice flooring at some point. We have a lot of slate, might as well add a nice slate floor. The problem is fine slate requires 84 units of work each and 20 tiles, and that's almost 5,000 for this entire room. So maybe we don't do that much. What if we do? What if we add a little bit of a design? If we do like fine slate here, inclusive of the pulpit, and then we can do standard slate tile. After that, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Let's see how that looks. I'm kind of curious. It's good to experiment with designs anyways. Let's also turn this off, let them out. Okay, go do your business. Actually, you quickly take this vehicle and park it back here. So probably need to start getting rid of this ice here. All right, unload. Let's see. You know this one on laptop, but once you put on the in the media channel. Okay, let me take a quick peek real fast. Kind of curious. Oh, I recognize this area. I haven't been to that area, that photo you just posted. I really want to go there one day. It's like a nice onsen town, right? Oh, and you went in the winter too. I'd love to go visit that one day. Ray doesn't like public onsens, unfortunately, so wherever we go for onsen stuff, it has to have like options for private onsens and private baths, which is understandable. But it'd be like, oh, I do like how that looks. Yeah, I don't remember the name, but I know you have to kind of take like a long bus or a taxi to get up there. But being there in the winter is so nice too. I'm actually doing 2 onsen stays in October and November. Like we're going, like I said, I mentioned this before, but me and Ray are going on a trip to Japan again, and I managed to book us 2 ryokan stays, one in Arima and the other in Hakone. So it'll be a very interesting experience because Arima's got like that golden onsen spring water. Kind of looks like, I don't know, like muddy water. It's kind of weird. And then Hakone is, well, Hakone, so it's very, very nice. And I am super excited to get to experience that again because, good lord, I haven't had a chance to sit down and take a nice, long, soaking bath. If I ever have a house, one of my, you know what I want? I should do a stream where I just like build a dream house in The Sims. I don't even know if that's something people would even want to watch. That probably sounds super stupid. Maybe we don't do that. Although an architecture stream could be kind of interesting. I do like looking at houses. I used to watch a lot of videos that are like housing design and like what people put in their houses because of, you know, like for their own individual needs, but also it's just interesting what some people like and some people absolutely detest. Like, for example, I've seen some houses that put like that stupid barn door in front of their bathrooms where it's like a sliding door. Not like a pocket door, the one that like, you know, that hides away, but I mean, it's like on a rail that you can easily see, and then you have to like, instead of opening the door, pulling or pushing it, you slide it to the side. And I'm like, why is that necessary for a bathroom? That seems unnecessary. But what do I know? Maybe it's just my random opinion. Alright, this thing's still fine. 2 days of fuel, just gotta keep it going. And Ranu is getting closer to aging up. We have a lot of rice now. Actually, way too much rice. Oh, we butchered all the insects. Okay. Okay, how about this? Why don't we make... Why don't we make... what do I even do with this? I can't do gourmet meals. We could do carnivore lavish meals that are strictly filled only with insect meat. So I guess the fanciest insect tacos you could ever imagine is the only thing that's gonna be made out of this. I guess is fine. I guess we could put it into a fine soup too, but I'd rather not risk it. I want to make sure we have primarily standard rice soups, but I am running out of food, which is concerning, so I have to be very careful how many soups we make. There we go, some nice taco sandwiches, I guess. Okay, and there's tea in here, which is also great. Let me make sure everyone's allowed to drink tea. I believe garden tea does count as a drug for some unholy reason. So... I really wish I could set this up correctly, but I hate having to search through this every single time I start a new run. But whatever. You can consume desserts is fine. Here we go. And then the teas and coffees and then the kvases and sodas are now allowed to be drank whenever they feel like it, and that'll keep them nice and happy and hopefully not going completely crazy. Because the tea actually does provide a minor buff. If you're curious what the tea does, I'm gonna have Ray drink it real quick. Consuming a single tea will provide the character. Well, it gives them it makes them caffeinated. I forgot tea in real life actually is caffeinated too. However, you can still sleep with it, which is kind of amusing. So you can actually order your pawns to just take it somewhat regularly, and they'll probably be okay. Especially with the sheer amount of tea leaves that we're going to be having, we probably want to order everyone at least drink one cup of tea a day. Will keep the jitters away. Also, now that we have materials, we should probably expand our hospital a little bit more. So I think we'll do it like this. Probably not efficient, but it's fine. I'm gonna put like a wall here because I kind of like the idea of having a small division wall. Like that. We can always rearrange it if I don't like how that looks. It's not perfect, but it's fine. And we definitely have enough steel. In fact, we have too much steel, actually. Oh, you know what? I think we ran out of steel here. We gotta haul this in. All right, let's haul in 5,000 units, 7,000 units of steel. Let's bring it all in. Okay, and why is everyone sad? They're still hungry. And the shrine is disrespected. That's fine. It'll be disrespected less in time. And we also need to improve our heating capacity, so let's just double check this. Crank that up. Perfect. And then we're gonna add the big ol' fat radiators into the temple room, and that should be a good spot for me to go use the restroom once I order that set up. Just grab this thing. It's gonna need a lot, I think. We need one here, one here. You know, probably throw one up here too. There we go. That should add some nice temperature. All right, I'll be right back. You can gawk at this. Hopefully nothing bad happens in the meanwhile. I'm very concerned. So they just announced apparently a Gundam live action movie through Netflix. And I saw the cast list. I was like kind of looking at my phone while I was in the restroom, and it definitely is one of the lists of all time. In fact, I do not know any of these actors or actresses, but in case you're curious about what I have seen, so apparently I've heard about this earlier, like they were thinking about doing a live action Gundam film. And I think it's been in discussion for quite some time. I guess today the official cast list came out, and it sure is a cast list of people who definitely exist, and I know none of these people. So if you're curious like I was, Sydney Sweeney is probably like the only name that I remember, and I do not know at all what she's from. And then you've got like Noah Centino and some of these other folks. I probably might have seen some of these guys in something, but I don't remember. But the problem is, like, I think they don't know, no one knows what story of Gundam they are planning on adapting, because Gundam's a series that I think works best as like a like at least a 4 or 5 hour long thing, you know, like a series, so that the plot can have time to build and have a definitive payoff. But they're trying to just aim for a 2-hour movie, and I am not sure how in the world they're going to pull off a 2-hour long Gundam movie. Also, the sheer amount of CGI that is going to be needed for this movie is going to be insane. And I saw someone say that apparently the plot line, I think I saw someone post a tweet about this here, in case you're curious about the thing that I was reading too. The press release. You want to read the press? Let's read the press release together, shall we? All right, here we go. I don't want to sign in. Hold on. I don't like signing in things. Okay. The forthcoming live-action adventure movie will bring the defining mech franchise to life with an original story that follows rival mech pilots fighting on opposite sides of decades-long war between Earth and its space former colonies. That's a lot of weird English, but alright. As shifting allegiances and a growing threat set them on a collision course for one another, reads an early description of the film, they're pulled into a high-stakes race across the stars that could define the fate of humanity. With awe-inspiring battles, intimate human emotion, and an epic cinematic scale, this is Gundam like it's been seen before? There's a lot of weird English in this that's going wrong. There's a lot of weird typos in this press release. But anyways, I'm vaguely concerned about how it's gonna... Yeah, it sounds super generic. And I mean, like, what are they gonna do? Like, maybe if they do build fighters, I don't really know that much about Gundams. I'll be quite frank with you. They could probably just adapt, like, I don't know, any of the main original Gundam plot lines, and they'd probably be fine. Who knows? That's another mechanoid drop. Why? Can they stop? I would like to stop dealing with mechanoids. A climate adjuster is making it 10 degrees even colder. Is the game just refusing to send anything that's not mechs at me anymore? Does it just not want to? I think it just gave up sending anything that's not a mechanoid. Because everyone, yeah, I think everything else is just frozen, and it's too cold for them to approach me, so they just kind of gave up. That's annoying. I don't want to fight this is the problem. I mean, it's not active yet, so I have like 10 days until I have to actually deal with it, so I'll just keep ignoring it for now. I will continue my process of just putting things off. Anyways, Gundam movie seems a little questionable. There's also an Elden Ring movie coming out too for some reason, except that one is like, oh, we're gonna do it in IMAX, which means you gotta see it in theaters if you want the true experience. And I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be probably one of the things of all time that definitely exists for some reason. Like, I like watching movies, and knowing me, I probably will watch this Gundam movie because, well, I might as well. The opportunity's there. It seems like it could be vaguely interesting. Will it be interesting? Probably not. Well, maybe, who knows? Maybe if they... maybe there's hope. I heard, like, the One Piece adaptation wasn't the worst thing ever, so maybe in the same way, this might not be that bad either. it just really depends. Kind of depends. Just you have to just have a positive mindset, I guess, going into these announcements of shows and stuff coming in, and I don't know. We'll see. I've gotten a little jaded with some of these releases. Whenever they do an adaptation, I'm always just like, oh, how are they gonna ruin it? But I've also noticed that sometimes these adaptations, at least the thing is, adapting anime to live action is always a mess, but adapting like a comic to animation, or adapting anime or manga to animation, it usually works a lot better. That's really what it is. Yeah, I heard the One Piece one was okay. I didn't watch it myself. It's a known issue in the Arctic where the game only sends mechs. Oh, okay, because it doesn't know how to send, because it doesn't want to send humans who are too cold and they're gonna die, right? I guess that makes sense. It is annoying, but I can see the logic. Yeah, are you here to find the One Piece? Are you here to join on the adventure for the One Piece? Do I have spare bullets for this thing? I do have a lot of spare rounds. Probably should load it up with more. Don't need to, we have enough. Alright, once it's daytime, we'll go deal with it, I guess. Oh, there's a prosthesis trader, I forgot about that. Are they still there? Yes, okay, let's see. Maybe the prosthesis trader has something of note. Hyperweave or medicine and Glitterworld medicine is attempting trade. I'll consult those damaged scyther blades. And they will not really buy anything but the gold. I could take the vitals monitor, or I could just buy the glitter meds. Probably fine to buy the glitter meds. I don't want to use it, but I want to make sure we have it available. No one's sick and dying. I just want to make sure we have it. But yeah, that is a very strange issue to have about the mech thing, but whatever. It's not the end of the world. We'll just keep this going. As long as everything is at least developing fine, I think we'll be okay. Hopefully Ranu's gonna grow up soon. I wonder if we can get to Ranu's growth period today. But yeah, it's just a generic plotline, and I'm not sure. Elden, like, I'm trying to think of, like, has there ever been a good, like, anime to Hollywood adaptation? Because I remember there was the Ghost in the Shell film that exists for sure. Didn't it? And it had, like, what? Who was in that? Wasn't it, like, Scarlett Johansson? And, like, everyone hated it? Or something like that? Let me double check, because I can't remember. I remember seeing it. Here we go. Ghost in the Shell 2017, starring Scarlett Johansson and a bunch of other people. And yeah, the casting of non-Asian actors drew accusations of racism and whitewashing. I don't remember anything about this movie other than I think I wanted to watch it, and then I never bothered getting around to watching it because I was like, why? When I could just watch the original instead and probably be a lot better. And I know there's like all those like Dragon Ball Z ones as well, Mortal Kombat, but generally none of them turn out super good or super popular. I think this is really hard to adapt. Especially like, because if a big Western studio is going to try adapting it, they're usually going to try to make a lot of changes to make it more appealing to a Western audience. I will say, like, if you want a really good example of like how this ends up, sometimes, if you've ever seen the, what was that thing called? The Death Note live action by Netflix with Willem Dafoe as Ryuk. That is definitely one of the adaptations of all time that definitely exists. And actually, I actually didn't completely hate it. Well, let me rephrase. I hated a lot of it, but it was so, out of left field that it actually looped it back around from being terrible to actually being not that bad. Let's smack these things. Is there a shield? Oh, there's a shield. Maybe. Okay, I didn't realize there was a mech low shield. Is there only one? Gonna start cutting these down. Okay, I know that mech shield's still there, so it's just super annoying. I'm not sure how much damage the tank can take, so I'm gonna see if I can just quickly rip through some of these. Probably Probably need a backup. Hold on. Okay, we got... Oh, boy, we got to back up the tank. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is going very badly. Right, come on, let's... Oh, boy, that's what I was afraid of. I think the tank's about to explode. You know, we're still alive. You know, we're still alive. Okay, kind of. We dropped the bullets. The engine's dead, but the vehicle's still alive. Okay, so we're fine. I'm gonna have Alana run up here. Grab a few, whoever's here, I'm gonna have them run up here too, so we can maybe put the fire out. We can maybe keep the engine alive. But as long as the vehicle's alive and the... Oh, Kefir's dying. Of what? What are you dying of? Okay, you're getting burned. Okay, that's fine. Fire's out. We gotta just quickly put the fire out. Okay, so why don't we quickly unload here? Maybe stand over here. We put the fire out. No, extinguish it. Getting a heal out too. Just extinguish the fire. Can definitely do it. We gotta keep it alive. Maybe not standing in front of the... Okay, yep, alright. We're just gonna stand in front of the turrets. Got it. Okay, so I probably should have expected this. Okay, I'd like to mulligan that entire engagement. I did that so poorly. So that mech shield's actually kind of annoying, and probably need to run in there and try to bait them out of that shield. Oh wait, I can't. Wait, can I just throw an EMP? Hold on. I forgot. You can just throw EMPs at this thing. We might need to make more EMPs. Every person with a gun should have an EMP. Let's try this again. I think I know what I have to do. So we're gonna have you enter this. Rimworld can be the gunner. And then I need Sun, your name over here as well. I'm pretty sure I can just have them fling a grenade. And I think that should be fine. As long as we can blow it up. Right, so park here. This thing is so slow in the snow, by the way. It's getting a little ridiculous how slow it is. Can I actually just fling an EMP at this and it just triggers it? You go back. You don't have a weapon. Okay, that's not how that works at all. Okay, I thought it might, but it's not. I get these EMP rounds for that. Okay, so then I'm just gonna... fling this... here? And then run? Okay, then that shatters the shields temporarily. Fantastic. Oh, there's more. They're coming in the other way. Okay, not ideal. Okay, let's run. I don't know how long I think it's stunned for. 7 seconds. Okay, so we're just gonna... Oh boy. Okay. I need to find a better way to deal with this. Maybe more smokes would be ideal. Your name's pinned down. We'll get him in a bit. I'll get Alana drafted so I can have someone rescue. We'll keep the tank moving backwards and try to just keep pushing them away. Can grind them out, probably. Okay, let's focus on the ones in front of us, please. Hit the burning ones. Okay, hit the next one, too. Okay. And then focus fire... Oh, that one's in the shield, right? Is that one in the shield? No, it's not. So that can still be gunned down. Okay. You need to run as fast as you can. The tank still has pretty good durability, so that's fine. But this thing is a problem. Because it's also protected, so I have to actually just go in there. I'm not sure if we can get your name out of there, but we'll try. There's one up. Okay. I'm not sure. We're gonna try. Also, random event. Airman Joker is now gender flipped. Just go here real fast. Okay. No, come on. Get inside the... Get in the thing. Come on. Okay, focus on this one. Okay, Rachel was gunned down inside of the vehicle. Immortal's hanging on, but Rachel died. why can't you shoot it? Come on. What is happening? Okay, got it. All right, I see. I am doing this so poorly. I thought I could do this with just a tank. Okay. Okay, so the tank became their tomb. There's gotta be a better way to do this. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong with this? I got 8 days. I don't have to do this yet. Countdown in 4.2 days, so maybe I can keep ignoring it for now. Honestly said, mech low shield barrier. That's causing a lot of issues. If I walk in there, we explode too. Maybe if I just run in and fling a bunch of EMPs and we can try to delay as long as we can, because like, what, 30 seconds of delay? Alternatively, explode another tank. EMP rounds would also be not a bad option either. This thing can kill them. That's good to know. But we obviously don't have EMP or anti-material options, and that mech shield's a big problem too. Because otherwise I could just snipe them. What if I just build a second tank? We have enough steel now. I don't really care about our steel needs, because I can just make whatever I need. If I wanted to make a second one, let's just have you quickly restock this thing. That's a bit of an issue. Hello, Athena. How are you doing, comrade? Welcome to the frosty Rimworld adventure. How are you? How have you been? I don't know what you might have been up to as of late. Unless you've been streaming recently. Sometimes I forget to check Twitch for days on end. Oh, you've been working? Oh, gotcha. No chance to stream, unfortunately, then. The struggles of being a doctor, right? Being in the medical field. I hope your medical adventures are going well. Oh, you're just eating lunch? Okay. Well, enjoy your lunch then. we were talking about the Gundam movie that's coming out soon. I don't know if you've seen the news about that and the actors that they've announced that are coming out for the Netflix Gundam film. For some reason, they're doing a live action adaptation. Well, now you know. Featuring actresses like Sydney Sweeney and Shioli Kutsuna and other people that I don't know. Michael Mondo? I've never heard of these. Yeah, live action adaptation. There's also an Elden Ring live action coming out at some point too, so I guess you got choices if you care about any of those franchises. Wait 3.9 days and there's attack this thing when it's recharging. That's probably what I do. Yeah, I'll probably just wait until this low shield is recharging, then we'll go in and just gun those things down. That's probably the best solution. Just keep an eye on that. As long as we don't approach it, we should be okay. Yeah, we'll do exactly that. We'll just keep building out our stuff. I probably want to get rid of this too, but it's kind of annoying to go in there when we don't have a lot of armor. We don't have any armor. You know what, maybe it's time. Maybe we do start building, you know, flak vest for everyone, black pants, or yeah. Yeah, Elden Ring live act. You know what's funny? I never played Elden Ring. Elden Ring was one of those games that I'm like, man, I really want to play this at some point, and I just never got around to playing it. Why make live action when the only way to use so much CG, you might as well be a 2D animation? Because a lot of times having live, you know, people want. So for us as more cultured consumers of Eastern media, like animers and mongers, we obviously think the animation is going to be a lot better if you were to compare to live action. But for a company like Netflix, where their goal is to make this media appeal to the broadest audience possible, live action. And not only that, by making it live action, you also generate a lot of buzz, people talking about it, because everyone's like, oh, another Gundam animation, whatever, who cares? You say Gundam live action, you're gonna get people turning heads and being like, whoa, hold up now, what do you mean Gundam live action? And that's kind of why they're also making it a live action, because it gets people talking about it. It's getting me to talk about it, even though I'm like, I'm probably not. I mean, I'll watch it because I'm genuinely curious to see how it turns out. It'll probably not be the best thing. It will just definitely be a thing that is happening and exists, and that's the best words that I can use to describe it. Did I hear him meowing? I don't see any of the cats near me. Spooky. So that's kind of why they're going with that. We obviously may not agree with how they're choosing to do things, but that is the realistic reason. Let's just get more of these out of here. I need to get this slate. How's the colony coming along? We have okay amounts of food. We don't have meat, so the only thing everyone's been eating is just infinite numbers of kanji, because all we can do is grow rice. We have no protein or any other food source. It's just eating kanji. I wish I was joking, but it's true. I really want kanji now, actually. I want Filipino kanji. I want arroz caldo so bad right now, but I don't have the materials to make arroz caldo. I mean, technically all they care about in Rimworld is whether or not they're getting enough calories. Nutrition be damned. So they don't need vitamins, they just have calories. Actually, I wonder if there is a Rimworld mod that adds nutrition like that. I'm curious though, I'm gonna Google this. I know there's mods that say like, oh, your pawns need multiple, bits of, like, there's like mods that will require your pawns to have different variety in their meals. Nutrition mod. Well, there are a few, I guess. Variety matters. Okay, here, I found it. And it uses AI-generated art. All right, never mind. I don't care anymore. But yeah. I mean, it would make sense, right? Like, having variety in a meal would probably keep a pawn from going crazy if you're, like, at least feeding them some other stuff instead of the usual slop. No, it's such a huge problem, I think, in a lot of workshop mods, and not just Rimworld, but like basically every game. CK3, I think, is super bad for this, but people just will make, like, they don't want to make their own art for their thumbnail for their mod, right? So they will just use an AI-generated piece of art or an AI-generated work and then slap text on it. I'd rather just see them take an actual historical painting and just slap text on it and call it the mod name, whatever, in Comic Sans than whatever these people are doing. But I guess it looks more professional than, and I think a lot of people don't care anymore. It is really frustrating to see. CK3 is really bad with this, and I've seen mods that are just straight up, here's a bunch of, because CK3 is a game where there's a lot of events for your characters. This is very much a character-driven game, and God, I've seen a lot of mods where it's like, this is an event mod. It adds like 500 custom and curated events for your characters to experience, and then you read the descriptions like, oh yeah, I used ChatGPT to help write like most of these, and I'm like, man, what's even the bloody point? Like, it's just like a really garbage choose-your-own-adventure book now with AI slop in it. Just stop. But it's also one of the more popular mods because I think a lot of people just strictly don't care anymore. And some people don't care anymore, and that's kind of the problem. I know, I've yapped about this a lot, and I yapped about my Microsoft Copilot experience earlier. Yeah, they don't read a lot of the descriptions. I actually try to read some descriptions, but I also am aware that sometimes I get a little lazy, and that doesn't happen all the time. The Shrine of Age is still disrespected, and we need the Archonic statues. Okay, so we're gonna need... Where's the art bench? Ah, fun fact, I did not make an art bench. That might be a bit of a problem. It's not making concrete mix for now. Use it to tell you what you can cook after what's in your fridge. I mean, I guess that's not a bad way to use it too. Like, there's ways to use tool. It's a tool in the end, but I think for me, it's when you use it in place of being creative, that's the biggest issue. That's the part where I have problems with it. Royal Road used to, I think they're kind of okay-ish with AI now, but you have to very much disclose the fact that you're using AI for any part of the process. You have to be like, yes, I'm using AI here. Royal Road being a website where you can kind of publish web novels and web series, which I know there's another VTuber out there named Whiskey Project who's been posting her science fiction novel on there, and it's quite an interesting read if you're into that type of thing. Sometimes I'm like, man, maybe I should go back and continue writing my own web novel and posting it on there. And then I'm like, man, I have way too many other things that I need to be doing and I don't have time. Maybe if I was unemployed, I would do that. Unfortunately, I am not unemployed. In fact, I am gainfully employed for reasons of needing money. Isn't that the case for most of us? Yeah, you need money to live. Oh, I used to write a lot when I was in high school. And also a little bit when I was in college too. I did post some stuff on Royal Road. I didn't gain too much traction because I never really got around to writing too much, because Royal Road rewards consistency. And I think I was super inconsistent. Like, I would have the drive to do it for like a few weeks, and then I would just lose the drive, and then I would not touch it, and I'm like, man, I don't want to go back to doing it anymore. It's stuff like that. And that's kind of like the biggest problem that I always run into. So, alas, that's the biggest issue with writing. I think if you locked me into a room without any distractions, I could probably slam out like 50. I could probably slam out like a chapter in an hour. And I wish I was joking, but I used to like slam out entire college papers the night before it was due. I'd get an A on it, but I would be, you know, I'd be like, man, I gotta get this done. I gotta get this done. And I'll be in front of my computer for so many hours just to get it done. And, you know, it'll be one of those, I'll do 15 minutes of writing, I'll get a page done, and then I'll be distracted for 45 minutes, and then rinse and repeat for like the next like 5 hours until I'm done with that stupid thing. But if I didn't have those distractions, and I'm not easily swayed to opening up YouTube every 5 seconds, oh man, I could probably have written that entire paper out in like an hour. Perfect. This is before the era of ChatGPT. I literally left university right as ChatGPT was coming out, so at least I know my degree is legitimate. Which is crazy to think about. It's crazy how I basically dodged the AI in school thing that I think a lot of instructors have to worry about now. It is unfortunate, like how much a lot of these schools now have to worry about, like every student is probably cheating on their exams, and that is so unfortunate. I think that a lot of the students can't even be trusted, because you know a lot of those goobers are probably cheating. You know it, I know it. It's true. Because kids are lazy, and they want to put in the least amount of effort for the most amount of reward, or least amount of effort to maximize reward, and that usually involves what's the least amount of schoolwork that they can do to pass their classes, right? Pains to say it, but you know, it's true. Let's put in, I don't know how I'm gonna design this. I need to put a bathroom in here somewhere, unless I want to put this on this side. I don't know if I'm gonna put more bedrooms. I'll probably take this and turn this into a small bedroom. Maybe we could do like single bedroom. This one could also be a bedroom area, but nobody cares. You gotta see your B or C once you get that degree. Oh no, well, okay, your first, I've always described it like this. Your first job might care, barely. But once you have your first job, and you've worked successfully for at least a few years, no one cares about your college degree grade. They only care about the fact that you have the degree. And that's ultimately the thing that matters. C's still you get you degrees, unless you're in a certain program, in which case you need a B minimum, which I've been in programs where you needed a B minimum to pass. So, I know that struggle. But yeah, once you have that degree, like nothing matters anymore. And once you have that work experience, it's all anyone cares about. It's like, are you competent enough to be given a task and complete it? Because a college degree basically just says you know how to do your work and know how to survive in a academic environment. In the corporate environment, it's usually going to be a lot more lax too. But you know, you got to make sure you know how to do it right the first time before you can be lazy and do it the wrong way. So, I mean, I get it. I've seen it. It is amusing. This thing is gonna pop soon. 1.7 days. Countdown activator is about 1.6, and then we'll try to gun this down before this thing turns back on. Exactly. The degree is just a checkbox in the grand scheme of things. Now, granted, some people do care, and you do want to sometimes have nice, you know, credentials, and that's fine. Let me put an art bench. I forgot to put an art bench here. Was there not an electric art bench? For some reason, I thought there was. I'm gonna put this art bench, here's fine. Wherever we can fit it. The degrees, yeah. And for me, since I've been working for like many, for like, I don't know, when did I graduate? I graduated right around COVID, so 2020. So I've had like 6 years now of work experience. Yeah. God, that's so weird to think about. High school was like half a lifetime ago. God. That's so weird to think about. Oh. Oh. What else does life have in store for me? Oh. Will I still be a VTuber in, you know, 9 years time when I'm 40? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up being one of those VTubers that streams like once every 3 months to like no fanfare and just be like, yes, I'm back. Okay, goodbye. Or you could be like Saba, who streams like once every literally 3 or 4 months and then just doesn't stream again. It's so tragic. I always see people like going crazy, like, oh, she's gonna return one day, right? One day, right? Again, she hasn't streamed yet in forever. Saba is in, you know, Gura's new life. Because, I don't know, she just doesn't want to stream, and that's fine. I just think it's really funny that everyone's like, where is she? I'm like, oh, you souls, I hope she comes back for you, but, you know, be warned. We do a party here. I guess everyone's trying to sleep, and everyone in the colony is like on the verge of a mental breakdown. I think I gotta rid of these I gotta move these corpses somewhere. There's like too close here. If I just snake it somewhere else, let's go move it here. They're not looking at it on the regular. There we go. Just do that, and then we'll shrink out here. Perfect. Now we can haul these where they need to go. Excellent. That should be fine. So in about 1 day, this will go down, and then we should be able to try to fight through this with our tank and whatever tools we have. Unfortunately, we don't have that many long-range options. Immortal's the only one with a long-range weapon, but it's a standard sniper rifle with AP rounds. Maybe we should probably invest in AP explosive rounds, or we could invest in some kind of anti-material rifle, which would also be not a bad idea, especially if all we're fighting are, well, mechs, because if the game doesn't want to send anything else after me, we should probably be ready to at least fight mechs. You know what? I think we should get auto cannon turrets. Let's just get heavy turrets. Save ourselves the pain and agony. Let's get these corpses out of there. I don't want to look at these corpses again. I don't know what this is for either. Let's get rid of this one. Move all the corpses down there. Perfect. And so that's kind of the whole thing with college degrees. If you got it, fantastic, but it's also just super expensive to get a college degree nowadays. I don't blame people for not wanting to get them if they can avoid it just due to the sheer cost of college education in this day and age. Oh, it's nasty. It is crazy how expensive stuff is. Okay, so they're just mad because we don't have the statue, which is why we have this. And we're gonna make these draconic statues, and we're gonna make them out of, you know what, steel. We have a lot of steel. Make them out of steel. Make 2 of them. And then we're gonna park them in this beautiful temple room. And then that maybe will be enough to keep them happy, and our pawns will shut up about being sad. We'll see. Okay. Ranu's almost aged up. So I think after one more in-game day, Ranu will finally have the opportunity to purchase traits after so long. I know Ranu's been waiting for that. And then we'll see how this goes. But I still am concerned about this. The turrets don't really bother me. It's the pikemen primarily. Well, it's the centipede, and obviously the fact that they were protected by this stupid thing. I mean, snowing is fine. It's always snowing anyway, so that doesn't matter too much. Oh shoot, I forgot about your Zweihander. We probably made it at some point. It's poor quality, but let's give it to you anyways. Let's see what your Zweihander stats are. Alright, your new weapon has been bonded to you, and it is a Kill Thirst. It makes you... Okay, so whoever's bonded to this weapon... Oh, okay, if this weapon doesn't kill anything every 20 days, it's gonna be annoyed, and will start yelling at you. So the weapon is gonna start whispering at you, and say you gotta go kill a thing quickly at some point. Thankfully, you have time, so it's not the end of the world. You got time. What's happening in here? Okay, oh, there's a wedding ceremony here. Okay. Is this one of the this marriage ceremony keeps breaking in half all the time. I don't know why this never works. Look at your anime characters having a nice little wedding. I think it's gonna break. I have to cancel it again. The marriages keep breaking. I don't know why. I'll just cancel it for now. Because if it was working, there would be like speech bubbles above and saying like, oh, you know, happy, happy, happy. But it was not happy. It was sad. This research is gonna take forever. I gotta get that research ASAP. I know, you could have had a wife or husband, depending on your pawn. I can't remember if you're the man in the relationship. Son would be the wife in the relationship. I gotta get helmets too. Maybe the thing is I can't get people helmets because we need everyone to keep wearing the tail caps to survive the cold weather. So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's no winning. There's only pain. Okay, this thing is still functioning perfectly fine. This thing actually outputs a decent amount of power. This consumes a lot of fuel, which is our biggest concern. All right, 9 hours. So once it's morning, we will go fight off these mechanoids. We'll have whatever tools we have available to us, and we'll try our best, and hopefully no one has a complete mental breakdown. We'll try. We'll try, now that no one has to look at that corpse anymore. Let's go to that snack chunk, that's fine. And then we'll see. All right. And then Ranu's got about 1 more day cycle. Steve's have got about 1 more year, so that's about, what, 15 days? And Steve grows up too? Actually, look at that growth tier. Ranu's gonna hit growth tier 7 probably, which would get 2 passions. If we're lucky. 2.6 we might actually not reach that. We'll see. Steve might. I'm glad at least I got the education thing working. I really want to play a run on my own time where I can get the pawns to just have like a long-term, oh, we're educating the children too and everything. I just haven't had a chance to set up a run like that for my own off-stream stuff. Maybe one day. Someone would like to borrow a researcher for a number of days. I don't want to loan a researcher for a number of days. Okay, hold on. Okay, it's almost there. 4 hours. So once this turns on, we have a 4-hour window in which to act. Or about a 1-day window to act, because they're about to turn on. Okay, let's get this ready. So I'm gonna draft you. Okay, so I want Ray in the gunner seat. I want the seal poster as a driver. Let's draft you, and let's draft Immortal, because we're not gonna need that, and draft Katya, and then Havel. Okay, and then it's gonna turn this on. We're just gonna crack this over here. It's gonna give us a little bit of a window. Okay, so now they're on. Just gonna pull back a little bit. I'm gonna stand Immortal over here. Okay, this is almost disabled. Once it's disabled, we can actually kill them. Why don't you hold fire temporarily until I know that the shield is gone, and then we will slaughter them like the animals that they are. And maybe you two don't do that. Let's turn on emergency mode. I want everyone in the safety zone. There we go. You run away. You stay in combat here. Alright. Shields are almost down. There's only one, right? Yes. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Now we're good to go. Okay. Now we got him. Wait. Was there a second one? Oh no. Okay. No. It's the high shield. Okay, cool. So thankfully they're all just kind of walking around, so I should be able to just rip them apart as they walk outside. Yeah, and we're gonna focus the big one here, so we'll switch to full auto mode. Yes, I have a tank because I need a tank to survive this horrifying abomination of a fight. Okay, Immortal's getting shot. Let's pull Immortal out. The Lancers are actually spooky enough that I have to be a little careful. Pull you back here. Okay. machine guns for days. Turret's doing its job. I think most of the big threats have been removed. Is anyone inside here injured? Nope, they're fine. Okay, good. Gonna pull up. Undraft you. We're gonna switch your name up front. Put Sun up front as well. Hopefully we can get rid of this thing. Don't hit with your sword. Okay, sure. Let's get you. Let's move you up. Can I have you? The thing is, I don't think there's anything here I want you to hit with your sword. You'd probably die. So now I gotta go deal with the charge turrets. Actually, hold on. I need to bring these guys over there too. I gotta kill this turret first, then I can EMP the other ones. Yeah, I think you don't want to do that exactly. Okay, just gonna run this guy over here. Yeah, you gotta be a little careful. I don't think you want to explode, do you? Alright, where's Alana? Let's have Alana quickly. Oh, shoot. Emergency mode off. Alana, go over here. Tend to Immortal immediately on the spot. Ooh, that's kind of nasty. Okay. Oh, Z opposers, you got knocked out. Okay, let's pull you back. Pull you back real quick. Okay, stop the car, turn off, unload the opposer who's dying, and then I'm gonna swap in Havel as the driver, and then we'll have Comrade Kacha quickly immediately tend to your injuries. And let's turn this back on. Okay, so apparently we can still drive this without having a driver. Oh, hello! That thing has a rocket. Oh, okay. You run as fast as you can. You quickly grab Ray. You definitely run away as fast as you can. Oh, Lord. Hold on. I'm gonna have Havel run over there. Okay, can you quickly grab Comrade Kacha, or is Comrade Kacha gonna die? Oh yeah, Sojiroshi not gonna survive this. Havel's running up as fast as possible. Okay. He's still alive somehow. Oh, Lordy. Okay, you get Comrade Kacha out of there. Okay, that thing's still alive. Okay, we're gonna have Havel run around the corner here. Get out of here. This thing is still alive, surprisingly. Maybe we can still save it. Turn off. Okay, everyone's coming over. Okay, so I need Alana over here now. And then Immortals. Probably gonna be safe. Okay, so let's do that. Turret needs to die immediately first before we do anything, so let's make sure we can do that. Okay, so let's see. So Comrade Kacha's got 28 hours. Okay, you need to quickly. Can you stabilize? Stabilize as fast as you can. Ray died. Stabilizing Comrade Kacha. I was gonna approach and try to assassinate this thing from the side. Turret might survive. Okay, no. You run over here. Assassinate this thing now. Okay, good. Okay, so now we're safe. Okay. Let's extinguish this as fast as we can. Extinguish this. And then extinguish this. And then Comrade Kacha's being tough, so... I don't think Comrade Kacha survives. There's no way we have enough time, right? Our best doctor's on our way, but it's gonna take a hot second. We'll destroy this thing. Okay, wait, hold on. I think we survived here. Okay, so we're gonna step aside you. 10. Okay, fantastic. I think Alana managed to keep alive here. Havel's sad now, that's fine. And then I'm gonna have you stop moving. We're having Alana tend to your injuries. This thing's still alive somehow. Okay, undraft, and then we'll have you quickly rescue. And then where's Ray? Ray's technically not allowed to die, FYI. So whenever Ray dies, we just pretend she doesn't. But I'm still going to try to not let her die all the time, but this is kind of like the common rule we have, otherwise Ray gets mad. So I'm just gonna make sure she's alive. She still has all of her injuries, I need to emphasize. Oh wait, never mind, not anymore, she doesn't. She gets that privilege because she gets wife privilege, I guess is what she would describe it as, so if you're ever wondering why that's the case, that's literally the case. Okay, are we putting out all the fires? Okay, amazingly, Zojiroshi survived. Oh, Comrade Katya still couldn't survive. Oh, malnutrition. Oh no! We weren't able to keep her alive. That's tragic. Alright, enjoy your work, Adriana. Good luck at being doctor, doing doctor thing. Thanks for swinging by. Alright, we beat this up. Okay, so this thing surprisingly survived. Yeah, Comrade Katya survived. I tried as long as we could, but malnutrition got to her in the end. And the extreme blood loss. Alright, we did it. That was a disaster, but we somehow survived. Sea Poser has a corpse obsession for some reason and needs to be stopped immediately. Stop trying to touch the corpses. Why does everyone want to touch the corpses? Stop doing that, please. Alright, let's get this built out. We'll in turn come with Katya in here. Can we stop you from touching the corpses? Yes. Okay, fantastic. And then I need to put some fuel in this. Oh, you know what? It doesn't have a chem tank. This thing, I can't refuel this thing because there's no fuel tank in it. We need to fix that. Along with everything else. Alright, well, now I know how much punishment this thing can take, which is to say, it can take a lot, but it still needs to be, you know, you gotta be a little careful. Anyways, Ranu has grown up. And it's time to finally do Ranu's growth thingy. So the question is, what are we doing for poor Ranu here? Okay, so your passion will increase in shooting. So now you're double shooting. And... ooh. Great memory. Global learning plus 25%. Perfect. Fantastic. Alright, Ranu has now become 7 years old. Now I can give Ranu a gun. And Ranu can fight with the rest of us. Just the way Randy intended. Now it's time to take your government-mandated rifle. Oh, was your pawn not a female the whole time? Your pawn's not old enough to add 2 traits too. I think you actually have to be 13. I'm so sorry. Alright, you gotta wait till you're 13. Or is it 10? I think 10 years old is the next growth event. 10. Okay, wait till 10. So that's another, what, 3 quadrums and you'll be good? Yeah, 3 quadrums and you'll be good. You've gone through the worst of it already, so you'll be fine. Okay, so the repair is actually working pretty well. The tracks and obviously the plating is going to take some time to repair. And obviously we'll have to bury Comrade Katya, who's being hauled over by Hawksby now, so we can remember our dearly departed friend. Oh, and there's a psychic drone that affects all the female pawns for some reason. Because of course, why not? Why not? We're already suffering. Just let everyone suffer more. Okay, here we go. So the chem tank is being repaired now, so this thing can probably take a little bit of fuel. I'm surprised it survived, quite frankly. I thought the vehicle was completely gone. But no, the game's like, nope, you get to live. Alright, so this is gonna be back to Ray's bed. Which one was Comrade Katya's bed? Because that has to be reassigned now. I guess it might have gotten reassigned already. I wish it would stop sending mechs. I really wish it would just send me more humans to fight. This thing is about close, right? We'll do that next time, I think we're getting a little bit more situated. The main thing is that I don't like fighting that many mechanoids. Now, granted, I think I did unlock mortars. So that is an option now. We just have to build a lathe and then we can make more. We can make the the reinforced barrels, and I think would be fine. So, just something to keep in mind. Now, the main issue, obviously, with the mortars is that they have the high shield, then it's like, okay, I gotta use EMP rounds, I think, then, to deal with that. Something along those lines. Okay. Anyways, let's see here. Who is alive at this hour? Because I would like to go rest, and I am getting a little sleepy. Who do I want to raid into? Who did I raid last time? Who did I raid last week? I can never remember. Let's see. Who did I raid last week? Let's take a quick peek. So we raid Bunsen, Isin, Neto, someone else. Probably we can raid. I guess we'll raid AKL today. Probably. Oh my god, I'm number 2 on the Rimworld category. Let's go. I did it. I'm the number 1 Rimworld VTuber. Okay, I was. Okay. Anyways, let's see. We're gonna go raid into. I guess we'll raid into AKL. It's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, sorry. I'm getting sleepy already. That's why I'm like, oh, I'm on in stream. Okay, I'm sorry that I'm tired, but I am sleepy and I would like to go rest. So tomorrow, we'll do Xenonauts. We'll do more weird, you know, grid-based murder shenanigans as we are known to do. Anyways, thank you for joining on Rimworld. I'm not sure how much longer we'll do this colony. I do want to see if I can reach the final stage of the Chem Fuel or the geothermal one, and that'll probably be the end state, and hopefully the colony will look a lot better by then. We're not getting a lot of... We didn't get a lot of building progress done today, but today was primarily for getting the pipelines set up in most of the buildings for temperature and plumbing and electricity. So that's why a lot of us was just kind of... You don't see a lot of the visible building, but trust me, there was a lot of building going on. Anyways, thank you for joining. I go bed. Good night, rest well, and do something good with your time. I don't know. Bye.